Argynvost's skull out of the castle and brought it back. So some close calls there with Strahd. He almost obtained the Sun Sword, but a critical error on his part, and good work on Gizmo, magic circling him, keeping him locked in place, turn the tides in your favor, and you not only did you make it out with the dragon skull, but you made it out with the Sun Sword too.
And even more importantly, our lives.
And more importantly, your lives.
Well, less importantly.
Also, by returning the skull, Argynvost was able to break the grip that the dark powers have over at least partially over Barovia, and allow your deities to, grant you power, grant you, assist you now. And the Morning Lord now is providing, anyone opposed to Strahd with +1 AC and saving throws. So your defenses are increased. Yes! You have a potent magic item to help you. Things are looking good.
Until.
Well, this is where we'll pick up. So it's kind of up to the group now. Like, yeah, we're out of the castle. Like I said, things are looking up. But where do we go from here?
May is happy that there is some sunlight.
Yes. But yes, for once it is actually a sunny day in Barovia.
Yeah.
I don't know. Go ahead.
As he's laying here in the grass, then he notices this area. Are these mounds or holes or both?
Let me see what that's. Yeah, that's a cemetery.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, just a small cemetery with some tombstones and.
Okay. If May would go and read any of the tombstones, is there anything of note? Particularly just the ones that he's near, over on this side.
The inscriptions don't yield anything of note. However, you do notice that the ground is disturbed, in the sense that it looks like something climbed out of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not necessarily surprising to you, considering the revenants,
right?
Are here.
So in each spot, or in a few spots?
A few of them.
Okay. Not every.
You're right.
It's either none, some, or all.
Yeah.
I guess Rain would say that her next intention would be to, just sit down and, take a break and, just get to know, the gift from her patron. You know what I mean? Just, because it's new, and just, inspect it for a while. And basically, she's going to sit here and short rest temporarily, since, we're back and everything, because we didn't get a chance to do that yet. Unless we did that technically on the way back from the castle, but...
Nah, we would short rest here.
Okay, yeah, that's just what Raina's gonna do, is just chill, and then, her next goal is, she would say that she's not sure if it's a good idea to split up, but she is going to go back and speak with, the person who, the Dusk Elf guy, the one that was with the Vistani camp. I forget what his name was.
Yeah, Casimir?
Yeah.
Yeah, Casimir Velkov, head of the Dusk Elves.
Yeah. Yeah, Zoldax just, he ties the ribbon of the elves to his, let's see if that's what it was called. Yeah, yep. Ribbon of the elves to his glaive, and just, is kind of practicing with it. trying it out, just getting a feel for the weight of the weapon now, since it's a little different.
Yeah, that belt is immediately equipped. Immediately.
It, better yet, it just grows on you.
Yep.
That's how it appears.
So what I have for Casimir is that he's head of the Dusk Elves, and basically everything else that we have from our memory, but he has a sister, Katrina, who was killed, and her body is currently, as far as he knows, in the Amber Temple.
Yeah, he had interest in going to the Amber Temple, and he was all like, oh no, don't go there. That's dangerous. But tell me before you go there. And
because I'll go. You're like, what?
But I feel like he, I feel like a big part of what we need to do now is, if we're gonna go after Strahd, gather what allies we can. And I feel like he and the Vistani camp near them aren't a bad place to start, because we're already in good favor with the Vistani from last time. And, now if there's sunlight, they might feel like they could stand against Strahd if they would want to.
Yeah, May's thought is that we should go update Ismark now that some stuff has happened. And basically just make sure that he's still like hanging around to see if he has any information, since he's been in I actually forget what the first town. Valaki, yeah.
Yeah, Zoldak, after he's done practicing, noticing the groups, kind of deciding what to do, Zoldak steps up and says, "Yes, I think Valaki would be a good place to go to. Should definitely update everyone on what's happened. And I don't know if we want to go to the Amber Temple next, make that our next destination before confronting Strahd. But I think that confronting Strahd is in the near future. It's definitely a possibility now."
Agreed. I don't know where we should go next, but at the very least, I think that we should try to gather some potential allies to make the coming fight, all the easier now that people might have the morale to stand against him. Plus, there was the guy whose daughter we saved in the Vistani camp, and he's more reasonable. He might be willing to stand against Strahd and be able to leave now that there's like sunlight and things.
And I think it would be reasonable if we would take a short rest here after getting our items. So I guess that's May is throwing his hat in the ring for that.
Yeah.
This is like the first real breather that we've gotten after getting out of there.
Yeah.
Basically, time to like reflect and then just kind of be in the sunlight. Be in the sunlight.
Yasuo has no objections with a short rest, but if we're going right to Valaki, he wants the long rest when we get there.
Yeah, because I think like Bartleby and Gizmo, like they need to recover spells. So
yeah, I've used all my high level spells to save Bartleby's ass last time.
Huh, that's actually kind of funny. Because I just rolled a hit dice then for Bartleby, and it was also an 8.
That's what they all say.
Nice.
May is completely dry in the Goodberry department, so nobody look at him.
Everybody's looking at him.
Well, Bartleby's practically full, so on those two, so that's good if we're just resting. I guess while everybody else is talking and Bartleby was like checking out his gloves and just putting them on and feeling them out, he's just kind of standing like over here.
May would probably briefly mention about basically just the flavor text that was on the thing. That the belt of Alona is made by archdruids for their followers, and that basically it's made for usually followers that are like traveling outside of the woods. Like it gives them just some certain advantages they would normally not have.
Mine have an unnatural glow at night and appear to contain tiny moving lights.
Gizmo wants to roll a purse. Well, I don't know why I have advantage. I'm gonna reroll. Well, I probably should just take the 13. He's gonna wander around and see if there's like any sort of like good, not bad quality heavy armor around. If that's,
Any
like,
heavy armor?
possible. Yeah, like since it is like a knight's fortress technically, even though it's like been destroyed.
During the short rest, I'm going to read the Tome of Strahd because it's after the long rest in the temple, or in Strahd's castle. I haven't read it since then, so that would allow me to read it now.
Yeah. Okay, let me get to your question about...
I was just curious if there was any.
Yeah.
There might be some on, what's his face? Vladimir?
We already got the armor off of him.
Oh, right, we did.
He had full plate.
Yeah, Zoldak took that, that's right.
Yeah. There's nothing... Well, what kind of armor do you have?
I have medium right now and it's scale.
Yeah. No, there's nothing better.
Okay. I just thought I'd take a shot in the dark.
Yep.
Granted, Gizmo wants to run into another dwarf that he knows will be able to make him some, but he knows that's a long shot in the dark too.
Yeah, while we're in Barovia.
Alright, assuming that all went well, I guess if we're gonna take take our cart back, since we now own one of those, Rain will hop onto the back of the cart.
We don't need the cart now.
Are we gonna leave it with the dead dragon?
I mean, yeah, Zoldak says, hey, we have the cart, we may as well take it with us.
Carry all of our loot.
Technically, don't me and Bartleby still have flag?
Have what?
We technically still have flag. Yeah, the ability to fly around.
Oh, fly.
Or did that end?
That
would end.
Yeah, that's 10 minutes.
Ow.
Yeah. So, you guys decided to head back to Valaki then?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Bartleby is walking beside the cart.
Yeah. And where are we at? We're even on this now? There we are. Over here. Okay. So yeah, we can take it to the stockyard and, tie up the horses there.
I have somebody hate us because we took their cart.
Zoldak's gonna, he'll just pay a gold piece to, for, like stabling and upkeep, so we can keep him there, and that'll last us a couple days.
Based on what we know about Valaki, are there any, would there be any, equipment shops or places where they might sell, gear or, magical, potions or, like apothecaries, things like that we would want to maybe spend some money on? Because we have so much money.
Yeah, as far as, magic items, no, but, just basic weapons and adventuring gear and tools, they would have that.
Okay.
Armor, they but again, you're probably not going to find a set of full plate or half plate.
Okay. I would, if wherever Rain would think that they would sell, basically like potions, is like just I guess general adventuring supplies would cover it.
You'd have to kind of look around, kind of like the center of town. There'd be some shops that have that sort of thing.
Okay.
And you could essentially find anything that's like that falls under adventuring gear, or tools in the player's handbook. You could find that for the listed price.
Okay. I'll just tell you what I buy then, and I'll like whisper it to you or something.
Okay. Yeah. So the rest of you then, what do you guys do? May and Gizmo.
I just realized that one of my cantrips, it actually on average does more damage than Shillelagh. Like, and it's a melee spell. It's like, because it scales with higher level, and I'm like to the point where it just went up a notch, and it's like,
which one?
Oh, the primal savagery.
Oh.
Interesting.
I don't know. I guess Gizmo's gonna wander around and see until he sees something that catches
This
his
is
Alecky.
Yeah. May would go to the inn.
Yeah.
The blue water.
Zoldak.
The inn of the welcome winch.
That's
Did he die? No.
Does it cut out for everybody else?
No, we got it. Okay.
I was going to say that's N1.
Yeah. It's the like blue water inn or something.
Blue water inn.
Yeah.
Yep. When you go there, Ismark is still staying there. And you know he's glad to see you, but first thing he says is, "Was that your doing? It seems as though the sunlight has returned to Barovia finally."
Yeah, assuming that we're like in the common area, May would say like, "Oh, perhaps we should talk in your room."
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. And then Ismark, goes upstairs.
Yeah.
And then when Ismark opens the door, Oliver is standing there.
Yeah. He jumps out the window.
Yes. So tell me, what's going on?
Oh, we thought we would just go back and check in with you, and yes, you are right. The cloud cover is a silver dragon named Argynvost's doing, actually. We restored his bones to him. Strahd was keeping the dragon's skull in his castle, and we barely managed to rescue his skull and return it to his grave so that he could rest, and as thanks, he opened up basically the cloud cover. They have some kind of light making device there that I guess Strahd got rid of, and I guess that was why there was cloud cover everywhere.
Did you by any chance find Irina in the castle?
We encountered some man that is shackled to a table who called himself the accountant, whatever that is, and a grisly, ugly thing that is like Strahd's cook or something. Prepares food. It's very like grotesque
Irina,
guy.
you did not find.
But Irina, there was no sign. I'm
afraid I fear the worst, but You never know.
I'm not exactly sure what Strahd has planned with her, but I'm not sure he would harm her too much as long as the information that we got from Strahd's brother is correct. But who knows, it is Strahd and he likes to play with his food before he eats it.
Yeah, well, I am grateful though for what you've done for Barovia. It's certainly more than anyone else has been able to accomplish.
Yes, I can see why it's very hard for anybody to challenge Strahd. He's very powerful, but there will come a limit to that.
Yeah, Zoldak says, I think the tides are beginning to turn in our favor.
I think we certainly we shocked something. We gave Strahd an emotion he probably hasn't felt for 100 or so years. Whenever we left him.
Quick aside, is there somewhere that sells healing potions, like potions of healing, and how many and how much would they cost? Because I don't see that in the book.
No, there's nothing here that would sell them.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure. Okay, I'll just take the rations that I linked to you then.
Okay.
I was getting low.
I think we do have some potions on our person already.
I think May used his last one.
Zoldak has a potion of healing.
No, yeah, May still has his. Yeah, potions of healing I think are 50 gold.
Yeah.
In the book.
Okay.
Yes, otherwise they would be, but they're not here.
Yeah, magic items and stuff like that, you can't usually really just like buy them. They're like literally artifacts. So
in Barovia, where the economy's basically shot, you're lucky to find.
Yeah, they're all in Strahd's castle. Like,
yeah.
No.
The accountant has them all. He knows where everything is. So, Ismark, have you picked up on anything while you've been here? I imagine we've been gone for 2 days, possibly even 3.
Yeah. It's been about three or 4 days.
No, it's been 2 days.
3. He says, "Well, you missed the Festival of the Blazing Sun, which was quite a joke, to be honest."
Is that the thing where you have to bring your kids?
Yeah. The Burgermeister here is a little odd.
I don't blame him.
These carnivals, these, I don't know, spectacles is probably more accurate. But yes, apparently the whole town made a giant sun effigy and proceeded to parade it down the street with all the children dressed in their little sun costumes, and then they proceeded to light the sun effigy on fire.
With people in it, or is this?
No. No.
Light all the children on fire.
Yeah, they had the children touch or hug it after they set it on fire.
Yeah.
But he also says, oh, and by the way, you missed something else, that I think you'll be more interested in. Rictavio's tiger got loose after the carnival.
Of course
you know
did.
those 2 drunks that we met the other day? Apparently they let it out. The
2 idiots at the table when we're in the inn.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We they in their drunken stupor let it out of its of the wagon, but thankfully we managed to get it back in before it caused too much of a ruckus in the town. But I got to talk with Octavio a little more, and questioned him more about who he was and what he was doing, and why why would performer like him have a tiger? I know he said it was to hunt dusk elves, or not dusk elves, the Vistani, but I don't know. He said he wanted to talk with you all when next time you were in town, especially after the light returned.
I'm sure he does.
Barovia.
Is there anything back in your home in Barovia that you left behind, or do you think like you're fine here, if you know what I mean?
I'm fine here.
Like there's no like loose ends for you.
No, not at this point. I think I might end up going back just to make sure. I am technically the leader of the town, but with my father passing, but Barovia's kind of a lost cause until Strahd dealt with.
Yeah, I would say leader or not, I think most people are just fending for themselves over there.
Mm-hmm. Me being there is not going to change anything. But I still think it would be... I wouldn't want to leave everyone totally to their own devices. I'd want to check on that soon. But right now, it's just... At least up until this point, it wasn't safe enough to travel alone. But I think I'm in a better position here, with news and happenings going on.
Speaking of property, though, I for some reason have a strange interest in the windmill that Zoldak, you have the deed to the building that we passed on the way over here.
Yeah, Zoldak nods.
Yeah, for some reason I feel like we need to go there, but I'm not sure why. I feel also that we sort of need like a base of operations here. We don't really have a home here in Barovia, and I imagine, I mean, we have the deed to the windmill, but at the same time, I think Argynvost is also kind of is unoccupied.
Yeah. Zoldak says, I think Argynvost would be... Well, yeah, Zoldak says, I think from a tactical position, Argynvost is the more defensible, save for the gaping hole in the side of the mansion. But Valakia is more centrally located.
Yeah.
The mill is pretty centrally located too, although a mill doesn't make for good defenses necessarily.
Yes, I just have a strange attraction in that for some reason recently.
Zoldak says, at the very least, things are in our favor. Again, if we're trying to weaken Strahd's grip on the land, it's one more thing we could do to secure it, to undo his dirty work.
Any last chinks in his armor that we can get before his final day?
Zoldak says, I'm still thinking I'm still thinking about the Amber Temple too. I don't know if it makes more sense to do that before we deal with Strahd or after.
It's unsure. Maybe
May wants to go beat up an innocent, abandoned windmill. We have to do that first.
Maybe, if we talk to Casimir, maybe he can, maybe he has some new ideas in his head.
The card reading did say that he would be an ally.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate for him, but it's like, and also we can talk to Rictavio too, because if he wants to talk to us, but it's like, he wants to kill the Vistani, but honestly, I think like Rain kind of won us the Vistani's fortune, so it's like I don't know if May exactly considers them not allies, or like at least on good footing.
And if we could pick, I mean, the weight of one guy and his tiger, I don't know like what he does versus, you know, if the Vistani can still provide like 10 people for us, just like nameless grunts or whatever, it's still like, what's 10 versus 2, you know? I mean, a tiger's probably worth quite a few people, but...
Mm-hmm.
And I should like to see this tiger before it escapes him again.
How many hours of daylight are left? Like, do we think?
Not sure when we left the castle, what time of day that was. We'll just say for the sake of things, it's like 3 p.m.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
If you guys wanted to talk to Rictavio, I can go to the Vistani camp alone if necessary.
So you can get captured. That sounds fun.
Yeah, Zoldax says, I think it'd be best if we all stay together.
Well, then who would we want to try to speak to first? I mean, I guess Rain doesn't know that you guys were talking about seeing Rictavio, so I guess she would just approach and, you know, if Zoldak would say that let's go as a group, she would be like, alright, let's go.
Yeah, we look around the inn and Rictavio's not here right now. So Zoldak says, well, he's not here, let's go to the Vistani first.
Fetch the cart!
Gizmo's gonna do a perception check, just because he's still kind of just wandering around like the town.
Do you see any old ladies collecting children?
What are you looking for, Gizmo? Anything in particular, or just a general sense of?
Yeah, just kind of like, I guess, kind of like how like in the first, like in like the town of Barovia, how like Gizmo's like concerned about like people's well-being. I guess he's like looking again to see like how like people are taking to like, ooh, the sun.
Yeah. You definitely notice that there's a bit more cheer around the town. Before, you know, it was better than Barovia, but everybody was still just kind of in a glum mood, and there really weren't many people walking about. It wasn't very active. There wasn't a lot of activity about. But now it seems like, you know, people are kind of more out and about. You even hear some laughter, you know, kind of down the street or, you know, just around, which is something, again, you haven't heard for a while since being in Barovia. You still notice that some guards are now like tearing down the flyers for the Festival of the Blazing Sun, and they're posting up new flyers about the Coffin Crasher Festival.
Because that sounds safe and like a good idea. Coffin. Let's
My
go
kind of party.
Go break some gravestones.
Yeah. Which, yes, and
like
it
my kind of party.
Yeah, so you can see that, like, and some of those people that are still being forced to take part in the Burgermeister's, you know, silly festivals are still.
Why haven't we met him yet?
I feel like I don't know him, but I feel like he has to die. Like, I don't.
We haven't talked to him yet, but that's something you could do.
I guess we haven't even tried like, looking for him, have we?
I mean, no. I think our general thought was that Barovia is so shitty in general that what would he be able to do for us that we couldn't do for ourselves? that would be my thought to not looking for any other leaders in Barovia so far. Is it's like, what are they gonna do?
Back.
Yep. Hey.
All right, so we're killing the Bruggermeister.
That's apparently the plan. Now we're gonna murder this man because Rain doesn't like him or his name.
I said I don't know what he's talking about with these festivals, but I feel like he should die.
Yeah, Ismark says it was.
Rain wants to commit genocide on a man.
It was rather ridiculous. His name's Vargas Valakovich, I believe I heard it was. Some of the people talking. But yes, yes.
Get those meat gloves ready, Bartleby. He's got a smack a bitch.
He was rather full of himself at the parade, but I don't know. He seemed, save for the fact that he controls the town guard, he seemed rather harmless himself.
Oh. To the Vistani camp!
Alright.
Is that where everybody's going?
I guess so. Is everybody going there?
We looked around the inn, and what's his face? Rictavio was not there, so.
Could you go to the world map?
At this point, Gizmo gets to the end.
Just moving everybody to the world map so we can view.
The windmill is like
what you doing over
that,
here?
right?
It was right
Here.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Land Druid could get there in under like a half an hour if he turns into a deer.
I have no wild shapes left.
We do have that is true. We do need the long rest.
If we would long rest, I would say we should just call it and just wait until like following morning.
Well,
Maybe
we can.
Octavia will be here by then.
I mean, if we just if we want to just go to the, I guess that's true. After all the crap that happened today, May wouldn't want to push his limit. So, yeah, go into the Vistani camp and then we can turn in for the night.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
To Vistani camp.
That makes more sense because, like, yeah, he has used like a lot of spells and wild shapes and stuff, so he'd be like actually pretty tired.
Assuming we're not gonna like fight anybody, I hope. But
If it comes to that, we'll
yeah, okay. So assuming because
TJ will give us little notice and then bone out all of our characters, and then we're dead in like 10 seconds.
Once you see the initiative roll and then the second thing is a bite attack, then you know. You just strap yourself in.
Wait, why did you roll initiative?
That was for fighting the Burgermeister.
So assuming we get here and the guards are still there, I would kind of just approach and like look at the guards. Like, can I go in?
There's a. Oh yes, it's you. You all. Yes, Casimir said you're free to enter if you please.
Okay.
So we're free to steal everything.
No, when you said enter.
Yep. Oh, you're back.
Are we entering
Been a
their
couple
butts?
days. So
Wait,
Are
is
you ready?
Ismark with us?
no, he's not.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Ismark's gonna.
There'd be too many
essentially
people in this
stay-
room.
Yeah, stay in Valaki and keep eyes and ears open there. But yeah, Casimir says, "Yes, you're back. Are you ready to go to the Amber Temple with me?"
Well, that's what we're here to talk about. So, as you can see, just kind of like points up. Us, it's kind of like the sun.
Yes, I did notice that. I wonder. I don't know why the clouds have parted, and
She winks and says, "You're welcome."
that was you. How did you do that? There hasn't been like The sun is not shown so clearly in Barovia in my entire lifetime.
You can thank the dragon Argynvost for that.
You mean the haunted manor?
Yes.
The ghost? He did that?
Well, with our help.
I guess I was right to believe you had what it takes.
So,
You clearly do.
thank you. So we don't know what would be the most appropriate course of action next. We remembered your offer about the Amber Temple, and we wanted to first get your input on, do you believe that we should visit the Amber Temple, or we should storm Strahd's castle? And to the storm Strahd's castle, I also came to try to enlist the aid of some Vistani, because as you said, some are not incredibly loyal to Strahd, and we did help save one of the leader's daughters. Well, the leader's daughter.
Yeah. Well, as you know, my goal is to save my sister. I need to find the means of resurrecting her now that she's a vampire. And I know that the Amber Temple holds the secret that I will need to cure her of that ailment. So my desire would be to go there first, and then go with you to face Strahd and save my sister.
Certainly. And do you think that the Vistani here, given my reputation with them, would be open to joining us against Strahd? Because we don't look to make them enemies, but given the fact that the sun is now shining, they may have some hope and also wish to leave.
Well, thing is, the Vistani can leave Barovia when they please. I'm not sure how they're able to, but the rest of us can't. But Luvash and Aragal, I don't think would join you. They might be allies, but they're certainly not direct enemies of Strahd.
Yeah, May brings up, that is true. We've had our mindset turned towards Strahd so much that we kind of forgot that they're whatever. They think Strahd's good.
They're like peaceful towards Strahd.
Yeah, which perhaps they just haven't seen the horrors that we have, but it's not acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Rain would like to go and, see if he found his daughter, but isn't sure it's a great idea. Because if they are allies of Strahd, then they might get angry that this is going on, but...
Yeah, Zoldak points out, it's very possible Strahd has already communicated with the Vistani to put a death mark on our heads.
True. Okay,
Well, then our very presence threatens Casimir here and basically anybody near this specific building.
Yeah. Zoldak says, we should probably not remain here much longer. If they are allies of Strahd, you can bet after what we've pulled, Strahd will look to retaliate.
Agreed. I guess, Casimir, we will send for you when we are ready to go to the Amber Temple. It won't be much longer.
He says, good, thank you.
BRB bathroom.
And would there be anything that I could do, like any rolls to see if I feel that he's a competent magic user in some way, like how he would compare to Madame Ava, just to get an idea of
Probably Arcana.
Yeah.
And just see if there's anything in the room that you recognize as being magical,
Okay.
whatever, like things that are typical of magic users.
Yeah, well, you notice that he does have what looks to be a spell book, or at least you did catch a glance of it, at his side, or like in his pack.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, just from the spell book, you can't really tell, like, well, what kind of magics does he have in there?
Okay. I was just trying to gauge if he's
It
like.
looked decent. Like, it looked like it was a well enough spell book, simple, but kept
Okay.
in good condition and
Yeah. I mean, I
finer
guess.
than most books you've seen in Barovia so far. So
Okay. Because the primary thought would be, do we. Like, if he would be a very strong ally, we would probably want him to go to Strahd. And if he wasn't, then it really wouldn't matter too much if he'd come with us or not.
yeah, he looks like he's healthy enough too. So
Okay. So, yeah, Rain would say, we'll send for him in some way. We probably will not come back here again.
yeah, he says that's fine. Like Zoldak said, if Strahd is searching for you, it would not be wise to be here because the Vistani are favorable to Strahd.
Right. Okay. Fine.
And just because you did save his daughter, I mean, Luvash might not do anything about it either way. He might stay out of it, but like I said, I don't trust his brother. His brother would be willing to stab you in the back.
Yeah, I feel like he certainly would say, I owe you one and not look at me, but, his brother would be the problem.
Is what I'll be waiting. Right, so where do you guys go next?
I guess coming back out, Rain would say, maybe now we should go back to the camp, meet up with, or like take a rest, try to meet up with Rictavio in the morning, and then see what we have. Otherwise, what other potential allies could we have? I think Sergei has told us everything he could possibly tell us. And if these Vistani won't help, maybe Madame Ava's Vistani would be willing to help, because she was willing to help us with the cards and the revival all in the first place. Unless that was all a part of Strahd's plan.
She felt bad for you. It's the reason she revived you.
Or it's all a part of Strahd's plan to fuck with us further.
Pity. Pity brought Rain back to life.
Yeah, Zoldak says, I don't know. Madame Ava seems like a competent magic user, but not necessarily a fighter. Or the rest of the Vistani there certainly didn't look like the combative types.
That is also a fine point, so... Yeah, I guess Rictavio might be our best bet for an additional ally. And he might even be willing to go to the Amber Temple should we choose Amber Temple next.
Yeah. Alright. Zoldak says, sounds like a plan to me. I agree. I think it's time we gather our allies, and seems like we have the Amber Temple, possibly the Mill, and, of course, back to Castle Ravenloft. Alright. So back to Valaki.
Mm-hmm. So, realistically, like, from the metagame standpoint, I really don't know where we should go first, like, because...
May's going to the Mill. Even if he's literally just scouting it by himself and people want to do, like, if they want to head west or do something, he just wants to feel it out.
Okay. Actually, I'm taking us to the Blue Water Inn, because that's what...
Yep.
Rain is still apprehensive about entering by that well.
May remembers this and stands on the opposite side of the well and tries to distractingly talk to Rain so that she faces him
What, towards the well?
away.
No.
From himself
Forward.
towards the well.
Yeah. So, when you get back to the inn this time, Octavio comes down the stairs and turns to you and says, "Aha! I thought I recognized your voices. So, it's been a while since we've chatted."
Ismark said that you wanted to speak to us after it became daylight and your tiger escaped. That's basically all we heard about you.
Yes, yes.
Are we all sitting around this table?
Yeah.
I want vegetable soup again.
Okay. Yeah.
Ismark is footing the bill for me, and I will take the fanciest food and drink you have.
Yes, the innkeeper, she takes your orders and...
May will actually ask for like the fruitiest wine that they have as well.
Okay.
Mixing it up.
Megay.
Mixing it up.
Yes.
Rain turns towards Gizmo and asks for the dwarfiest wine he has. And I hope it insults him because I'm asking for dwarven wine.
Gizmo doesn't want to risk the keg in his bag, but he's almost willing to throw it at Rain's face, and then make you mend it, and then throw it at your face again.
I can't fix the magical property of it somehow always being full.
Because there is no magical property. There's a dwarven, there's secret cleric spell on that.
There's a trap. There's a trap door in it. Like that doesn't make any sense.
It's actually that like dimensional plane pocket dimension thing that has one
Yeah.
small hole in the bottom that feeds into it.
To the plane of eternal wine, or of eternal ale.
Oh,
Of eternal dwarven ale.
All
It's
we
like,
need-
it's one of the elemental planes.
Set forth by the grand clerics of the Iron Hills.
guys, if we could somehow plane shift with a boat there, that's all we would ever need.
Yeah.
What?
We could sail the ale seas and do nothing but drink and sail the ale seas for the rest of our days.
Keep talking about Gizmo's ale, and Gizmo will shove a lightning up your ass.
Yep. Yeah, it's not too long before the innkeeper
Yes.
comes back
Yes,
with,
he will.
That's gonna be a hellish rebuke on your fist.
Push me in my stone rod of lightning.
Please don't talk to me about your stone rod in my butt again.
Is Hellish Rebuke really doing 5d10 damage?
Because it scales. It's
Yeah.
always cast at the highest level, and that was a high roll. Yeah.
Doesn't she get that from her racial though?
Is that a racial?
It is a racial. Does it not scale if it's a racial?
Yeah, it doesn't because
If
it's.
you're,
I mean,
even if you're like,
yeah, it wouldn't because it's not like a spell that you have access to. It's like a. Let me go look at it.
Yeah, it might say it increases based on its own scaling.
Yeah, it says you can cast Hellish Rebuke once per day as a second level spell.
oh, okay. And what is the second level base then? Like, if it's
I mean,
Second
Hellish
level spell.
Rebuke is probably a second level spell, so it just means that it's lowest level.
okay. My bad on that one then.
Yeah, it's just because it's a racial, like, or whatever. Like, anything that usually gives you ability or spells is usually not.
You know what the problem probably was with that one is I didn't even know I had Hellish Rebuke until I was like fucking level like whatever. Like I didn't know I
Yeah,
got
right.
Darkness or Hellish Rebuke until I got Hellish Rebuke, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So I fucked that up royally.
So actually, it is a first level spell, so you cast it so that it does 3d10 fire damage.
First
Okay.
3d10. That's...
Well, so no, the first level is 2d10, but his class thing says he cast it at second level, so it's enhanced to 3d10.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So it wasn't far off, but yeah.
Yeah, see, like 36 to 24. It's still a solid.
The
Again,
innkeeper comes back
Regardless,
and brings you
yeah.
your food and drinks.
Okay. What do I owe?
A silver.
Okay. I have 3 silver pieces.
Oh, Zoldak. Zoldak also ordered. He just ordered, the whatever the typical
Meal of the day.
meal of the day. So
Rain
I need
requested
to
the
break a
most.
gold.
Rain wanted the most specific and expensive because she isn't footing the bill. And
Yeah,
after,
his mark covers. Yeah, he's here, but he went. He's already like opened a tab.
Right.
it was part of our deal. It's all I wanted out of this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
So Rictavio.
Octavio's- yeah, he says, "Well, I think we'll talk about more important things after you're done eating. Plus, I don't want to talk out in the open like this. It'd be better if we went up to my room to converse."
Is Rictavio human?
He's half elf.
Okay.
But yeah, Rictavio just kind of engages in small talk. While everybody's eating. But yeah, if there's anything else you wanted to talk about or discuss, besides the innkeeper, there's actually nobody else.
May asks if he knows anything about the mill.
The mill? He says, yes, I do know about the mill. 3 hags have taken up residence there.
Bartleby just puts down whatever he has in his hand, like heavily, just like
Like, is noticeable reaction.
just like what?
He says, yes, they've been there for quite some time now.
Interesting. We have heard about these things.
Yes, I hear they visit Barovia, the
These
town,
things.
from time to time.
We've heard about these things. We've never actually come close to them.
Bartleby is our resident undead hunter. He would know perhaps more about them than...
Well, night hags, from what I understand, aren't undead, but
Well,
I-
most of these strange creatures here, Bartleby seems to at least have some grain.
mhm.
If Bartleby would be rolling to know if he knows what a hag is, what would I roll?
Let me see what
Nothing, because May just tried to insinuate their race and species.
knowledge. That'd be either, I guess, nature.
Well, Rictavio said that they're night hags, but...
Yeah.
Wait, did May just assume their race?
And their species.
Yeah.
I mean, Rictavio said it.
But May repeated it.
Am I triggered? A little.
What was that? 13? This is 13. This is a 13 insight yours. Is that your
Yeah.
Your trigger modifier?
it's 0. It's roughly normal.
Yeah. So Bartleby knows that hags, they're not undead. They'd be more classified as like a fiend, in the sense that, like, you got devils and demons from the plains, but hags typically don't, they're fiends that are like on the material plane rather than like the abyss. But yes, they're evil and monstrous, and
If there'd be anything more to know, Rain could also try, because she has the book points, so I would get to roll twice.
yeah, you could.
nature as well.
Yep.
Okay, so there's roll 1, and then you can choose to spend 1 point after you roll the die, but before you know, and then I can choose which die to use. Damn it.
Okay. Pretty much the same as Bartleby. You know that they form covens, which
Coven.
covens. Yeah, a coven which basically gives them more power than they would have individually.
Okay.
So it's a horde of hags, it's not just one.
Yes.
There's like 10. Which means we should just set
Or
the windmill on fire.
There's 3 that we know of.
We know of 3.
Just still set the windmill on fire. Gizmo elects to set the windmill on fire. With his new hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Zoldak says, well, we could clean house there.
Which I probably should make a weapon tab for, but I have not.
It would be, again, one more thing we could do to just to, again, undo Strahd's evils that he's committed here and allowed to propagate.
Let's finish our meal. We can speak with Rictavio in private, go to sleep till tomorrow morning, and first thing in the morning we just go out and slap us some hags.
Zoldak says, that sounds like a plan to me. Then we can decide what to do from there. But I've said it before and I'll say it again, we're either going to have to go to the Amber Temple with Casimir or charge straight back to the castle.
Who was saying that? Zoldak?
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason, May's liking the idea of Amber Temple first because, like, he kind of feels that Ravenloft should almost be, like, the last thing. Like, we need to do a little bit more good before we go back there again. Like, we're, like, pretty strong, but not strong enough.
Let's press our advantage.
We need some help from others, so we need to, like, help others a little bit more in Barovia and, like, raise some hope. And then...
Plus, I think we have just the moral advantage, too, where it's like, okay, so you're a night hag, and then you're like, oh, there's sun, and then all of a sudden, you just have your door kicked in and people are killing you. It's like, the evil has been allowed to live for far too long here.
Yeah, we have the upper hand.
Yeah, the hag's trial date is tomorrow, and Bartleby is judge, jury, and executioner.
I like it. Alright, so yeah, you finish your meal and then Rictavio, goes up to his room. And everybody can, it's a small room, but everybody could fit in.
Right. I remember we had actually talked in there before.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we actually would be able to fight these hags. I don't know too much about them.
It's not about knowing anything, it's about getting in there and slapping them.
Except we need a long rest if we're doing any fighting.
Yeah,
Yep.
We'll definitely rest first.
Tomorrow morning.
Because Gizmo is about to go in there with, no abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to Rictavio and then go to our rooms. I guess actually we should get a room. May goes and asks for a room. Is it 1 gold or?
Yeah.
Okay.
1 gold per person per night.
Yep.
Yeah, Zoldak will cover. Well, he'll pay his gold.
Oh, how much would cheese be?
Cheese, like I don't know, like that'd be like 2 copper.
2 copper. Does Zoldak have any copper on him?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, he'll trade in his 2 silver pieces for 20 copper, like just basically convert them.
Yeah.
And then he will have paid for the cheese for his mouse. I just want to make sure that mouse is fed. Damn it. He's got a
Okay,
big day
I
ahead of him.
accounted for it from Zoldak's funds.
Okay. Yeah, I gave him 2 silver for 20 copper.
Yeah.
The Bank of Zoldak.
Yeah. As the whole, carrying the party loot. Yeah, and I'll reveal these rooms up here. The rooms where we'd be staying.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 4 beds in here, in one room, and then this room has 2. And I'll just go ahead and reveal this room exactly. So another guest room. But yeah, so Rictavio says, so while we're all in his room conversing, he says, so I know it was you folks who restored the light back to Barovia.
Really?
Which is an interesting turn of events.
Where did you hear that from?
He says, I have my own resources at my disposal how I found out.
You got 2 6s. You
I
failed.
only choose to see the 23.
It's actually funny that 23 is where you stopped if you're high.
Oh no.
Yeah. Octavio says, I guess there's no point in hiding anymore.
like insight so hard that I'm interrogating him. Like,
yeah. He says, I think I've done a pretty good job concealing my real identity. In fact,
May grabs his club.
he says, "Oh no, that won't be necessary. You see, my real name is Rudolph Van Rick."
Rudolph Van.
Is his nose gonna light up? He's gonna
Man,
fly.
reindeer? No,
Yeah,
we're done here.
No. He says, "My name's Rudolph Van Richten. I've been working undercover in Valaki. You see, for where I come from, I am a famous vampire hunter. But
Rudolph.
I heard of Strahd and found my way to Barovia. It was only afterwards that I realized I couldn't leave Barovia once I got here. But needless to say, I've been trying to do what I can to thwart Strahd. But even for one such as myself, I failed my first endeavor trying to kill him, and I'm much older now." And he kind of glances at Zoldak, knowing that, or recognizing that, we're about the same age.
That's terrible to assume.
Yeah. Well, as a half-elves, age slightly less than humans, but Rictavio knows. Rudolph, I should say. And he says, I've been biding my time for the right moment to strike, and I think now is the time.
Interesting. So you fought many vampires before.
Correct. Both in Barovia and in Faerun.
So why is now the time to strike?
Because the lights returned to Barovia. You are all here and clearly capable. My Yith, my saber-toothed tiger, is trained and ready to go. I feel he is ready now. I'd like to offer my aid, and I feel that I will not get a better opportunity to strike at Strahd.
We have business tomorrow with 3 hags that are living in a windmill that happens to be Zoldak's.
No.
And we were going to take care of this tomorrow.
No, I haven't.
And while I guess we are being honest, there's also someone that we know, a Dusk Elf, that is at the Vistani camp, who's whose sister has turned into a vampire and is asking for our aid to go recover her body from the Amber Temple.
Oh,
Or-
you Casimir? Yes, I've met him before.
Yeah, Casimir Velikov and his sister Katrina.
Yes.
Is there... So actually, as an additional point to that, is there a cure to vampirism?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
And believe me, I've researched it.
Yeah. So that is our project plan.
All right.
So how do you see yourself in that?
How I see myself? Quite frankly, I do not want to give up my disguise until we're ready to strike at Strahd.
That's fine.
You see, Strahd has, whether he's made it clear to you or not, or revealed it to you or not, he is still searching for me.
Right.
Since our last encounter several years ago.
Has he seen Bartleby with the sun sword? Shouldn't he be like jumping for joy?
Bartleby probably doesn't have the sun sword out.
Yeah, I'd say right now Bartleby probably doesn't.
Don't really
Agreed.
want to be flashing that around in the city.
Rain would ask him. What do
Rictavio
you...
says, Rudolph says, while I can keep up my disguise as Rictavio the carnival man, I prefer to keep it that way.
That's fine. Keeping up with disguises, you may not have noticed, but our friend here is actually Gizmo the dwarf.
What?
He's actually a dwarf.
Yes, I know what dwarves are.
Oh.
Gizmo's not currently present.
What the fuck
No.
is that? Rain asks, what do you know about the Amber Temple?
The Amber Temple? Not as much as I would like, to be honest. I tried to get there once, but was thwarted by a great bird that guards Solenka Pass. And when I say great bird, I mean a gargantuan-sized bird of prey.
Interesting.
So a demon bird.
So, Rain would then probably divulge to him, well, that is where the dark powers lie. My patron said so. I don't say the last part.
He says, yes, I've heard of the dark powers
Hello.
before.
Hello.
Hello, Clarice.
Actually, it's Bartleby.
Well,
Thought
Would-
Clarice was your middle name.
It's Clarence.
Clarence. Hi, Clarence.
Yeah.
well,
Clarence, it's your Aunt Yelena. Your spaghetti's done.
Oh, Jesus. Isn't she dead?
Yep, she is now.
When-
Now that you just killed her.
She's also not real, isn't she? Wasn't that a lie?
I mean,
She's
is
a real
any of this
lady.
is any of this real?
She's real to me.
well, to Rictavio, would you
She introduced
Join
Bartleby
us.
to smoked meats.
join us after Strahd? Like after Strahd's downfall, would you join us in the Amber Temple?
After you've defeated Strahd, or we've fought him, you mean?
Yes.
Yes, once Strahd is dealt with, I will go to the Amber Temple, because at that point the need for a disguise will not be necessary.
It's a bit-
I don't want to do anything that would put me on Strahd's radar.
Does
I thought we
May know anything about Great? I mean, he said like Great Bird. Was there anything else he said? Like, is there anything in my memory about what it could possibly
with that
be?
high of a roll.
Unless it's like a named creature, in which case May knows nothing about Barovia. But
It's an Arctic Uno.
It's Lugia.
Do you know that there is such a creature known as a
God
rock?
damn it, Lugia! You're not supposed
Okay.
to be here.
ROC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which are basically like Titan-sized birds of prey.
Yeah. Yeah, May is just thinking in the back of his head that it might be a rock.
A rock.
Yeah, the country.
That is a big
If
bird.
they were birds, this is what they would be.
Yeah, we need to go to Solanka Pass and drop down some freedom.
Jesus. Where do our sessions go sometimes?
Okay, so Bartleby, the quick catch up is we went back to the Vistani camp, talked to them, and they said that, or we talked to Casimir, the Dusk Elf, and we kind of came to the conclusion that we shouldn't really talk to the Vistani because based on what happened last time, if they are like neutral to Strahd, he might have ordered them to attack us. But he is still willing to go to the Ember Temple with us, and not to Strahd's castle first, and then Rictavio revealed himself as Rudolph,
Van
the vampire hunter,
And the red-nosed reindeer.
and he wants to go after Strahd first, and then will join us for the Ember Temple later. So it's like one path we have Casimir, one path we have Rudolph, the vampire hunter, and then we also decided that we're going to do neither of those things. Go to the Windmill because that is the home of the hags. Basically, May asked about the Windmill, and as soon as he was like, yes, 3 hags have taken up residence there, just like Bartleby had, like, I assume, like, a cask in his hand or something, he just, like, slams it down, just like, fuck. Just like, there they are.
It's basically the ladies that were abducting children from Barovia.
Yeah.
One of their...
I smashed one of their hands.
One of their hands aren't doing too well.
That's where they are.
This time, Justice is going to be to Sun Sword them right off. So, well, now that we talked to Rictavio, Rain tells him we'll be in touch. Goes to bed.
Yeah, basically we're gonna do that tomorrow, and then we'll weigh our options. But yeah, your secret is safe with us. We want to see Strahd dead.
Good.
Basically,
really?
hopefully as much as you, if not more. But everybody has their own reasons why.
What if Strahd just wants to be our friend?
He tried to kill me, Gizmo. He tried to kill me.
So what room did May get for paying his 1 gold?
I figured we'd have like the M and L, one of the L rooms, so 3 and 2.
Yeah, May's fine with being on the floor of one of the
Okay.
rooms.
And they would probably have given us the 2 L rooms.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So the day.
So actually, as after we're leaving Rictavio's thing and we're heading over to our rooms, and because I'll be in the same room as Rain, like, and the door is closed, assuming that we're in private, May will ask Rain, like, maybe tonight or tomorrow morning, the next time you're reading over Strahd's book, look for a Rudolph Van Richten. If he's as famous as he says he is, Strahd might have notes on him, and this man might be lying if he's like not in the book. If that might be something that's even in the book, but it's like he's like, oh, I'm actually Rudolph Van Richten and all this stuff, and I'm like super cool. It's like, yeah, but are you? So he says, even still, just be cautious about this man, but just see if you ever come across that name. Basically, he says that to Rain.
I assume that would fall under the knowledge point of something I couldn't possibly know otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay. And what roll would you like me to make for that?
Do history. Okay. Good.
Not bad.
Let me see what you know.
He knows Tail Whip and Hyper Beam.
Yeah, tail whip.
Never mind.
I'm just seeing what trying to see where. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So you learn that several years ago, Van Richten entered Barovia, and somehow Strahd was not aware of it initially. Like, it was one of those things that Strahd hadn't detected, which puzzled him. But he suspected that the Vistani somehow were responsible for letting Van Richten in.
Huh. Maybe they're not as much as they seem, eh?
About 40 years ago,
There's cannolis in the fridge, though.
Van Richten had
That's not a smoked meat.
infiltrated Strahd's castle and almost killed him. Strahd had mentioned that, like, he, Strahd was forced to turn into a mist and return to his coffin because Van Richten
Which is where?
Wait. Turn into a mist? Bartleby's curious.
Yeah, turned into a mist. It doesn't say anything more about that, but Strahd, couldn't hold his form and changed into a mist, and he Sierra Mist.
So what does that mean? Does that mean he almost died? He only turned into a mist when he almost died?
Yeah.
So wait. That means I've not almost killed him? This is actually Bartleby being upset, not me.
Yeah, as far as you know, like, Strahd, you've seen Strahd, look injured, but, he hasn't ever gotten to the point where he's become so badly damaged that he's changed forms like that.
But is this something Bartleby's learning right now? Like, I'm assuming Bartleby wouldn't have known that Strahd would turn into a mist when he's almost dead.
Yeah,
I think we had established that you had fought some vampires before.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So you know that, like, the most powerful ones can do that. It's sort of like a defense mechanism when they're close, very close on the brink of, well, they're undead, but on the brink of dying.
Of re-dead.
Of becoming dead. They revert to a mist form, and typically they seek out their coffin where they can reform and regenerate. And
son of a gun.
Metagaming, Bartleby I don't think would know that because we're in the other room, but unless he hears us talking, which is also possible.
Yeah. We can just say he was in the room.
I mean, he would know.
Sorry, I got distracted talking to Ellie.
We would tell him later, regardless.
You also know that after the encounter between Strahd and Van Richten, Strahd records that Van Richten has vanished, and Strahd believes he's still alive, but he doesn't know what happened to him and has continued his pursuit. And has at least kept an eye out for him, but none of his spies have ever been able to find him. But yeah, Strahd was extremely ticked off that that he practically lost the fight.
So, assuming Rain finds this passage on this particular event in history between Van Richten and them, May would basically be like, excellent, so he's our guy. Like,
Yeah. Strahd also records that it might be possible that Van Richten has died of old age at this point. From what it sounds like, Strahd was not aware that he was a half-elf, so
right.
by human terms, he would be a very old man at this point.
Yeah.
Strahd's just unaware that the man who almost had his head is still alive.
Good.
Mhm.
That
Much
is
to our
exactly what he
advantage.
wants. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's just gonna anger Strahd when he realizes who he is.
Good. That means he will have aggro.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
No,
So
I don't think anything's gonna aggro your dimension door escape.
Yeah, I mean, I could always grab Richten and try to poof him somewhere safer, more advantageous position.
I'm saying Rain's gonna be target number 1, guaranteed.
Oh.
for what?
I mean-
Not when I compel duel.
Your fights with me, Strahd.
Listen here, Butterbread.
He's gonna go after you, and then he's gonna go after me because I put him in a circle of you can't do anything.
I think if he were intelligent, his eyes would be solely set on the Sun Sword until he has it, and then he would do vendetta plots. Probably even more so than Rudolph. Oh yeah, that would be the other thing was, assuming, I mean, I could always roll an Arcana check to see if Raid knows about this, but if we could do some kind of, like, if she'd be like, to, Gizmo, like, okay, so Gizmo put that circle down. Could we do that, but, like, on the weapon, so if Strahd touches it, he traps himself, like a trap?
As far as how the spell works, it wouldn't. You can either cast it to keep things. Basically, once you cast it, nothing can move out of that area and nothing can move in that area. So you could effectively cast it on yourselves to keep Strahd from entering, or you can cast it like on him or around him. But it couldn't be something that you like preemptively cast on an object and like
Okay.
allow one entry and then they're stuck.
Okay, I was thinking more along the lines of, like, we cast it on the object itself, and then, you know, be like, if an undead enters here, it can't leave. So if Strahd would come close to it, then he wouldn't be able to
You would have to put it on the ground, and
Okay, you...
like you cast it on the ground, not on
Okay,
an object.
yeah, that's what I meant. You can't put it on
Yeah.
an object.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that would be pretty broken if you could.
So here's something that Bartleby would say.
Magic circle on this rock. Bing!
You're trapped, bitch!
Listen here, Strahd Getty. I got some garlic
Oh,
bread for you.
Jesus.
Strahd Getty.
Right.
I wonder if this inn serves Strahd Getty.
Rain is going to go to bed, and assuming that it's probably like what, like probably like 7 o'clock now,
Mm-hmm.
ish.
Maybe.
Gonna sleep for 12 hours.
Yeah, Zoldak's still going to suggest that we take shifts just because of how recent it's been since we left the castle. There's still a chance that Strahd or some of his minions he could try to attack us in our sleep or something. Strahd or Zoldak doesn't feel safe anymore, like even if they're out, like just because of how much the stakes have risen.
So where's Gizmo in all of
Gizmo
this?
is going to sleep by the well because he doesn't want to leave the sunlight because he feels a comfort with his god right now.
Well, it still gets to be nighttime. Like
So, Gizmo's happy he can sense his god and savior.
yeah, but yeah, you still can even though it's nighttime. So yes,
Some happiness.
it is most comforting.
So
Rain?
would actually be over here.
Rain stayed up all night before.
And he's drinking from his keg, so his keg will explode if something gets
So
close.
she is just collapsing on the bed because she had no long rest and she is quite tired.
Zoldak will stay up. Like, I mean, he's eventually gonna fall asleep, but he'll kind of stay awake and force himself to, wake himself up early or earlier at points just to make sure.
May, do you have any spell slots left?
Some.
You have some good berries left?
No, but I can get some.
You have spell slots left, so you have some good berries left, right?
Yeah.
That's all I needed to hear.
Yep. Yeah, so before we go to sleep, May cast Goodberry 3 times.
Okay.
Before he goes to sleep, Bartleby takes out his sun sword and talks to it and says, "Oh, Hank, I was so worried about you. I thought I'd lost you forever."
May turns, faces the wall. But also, I summon the Dryads, and they can cast Goodberry each 3 times, so... So don't worry, I get all my good berries. And I pick off 5 good berries from my belt.
You're buffed good berries, too.
Yeah.
Does Hank talk back?
Actually, I haven't stressed this much, but the Sun Sword is actually sentient.
So it does.
Jesus.
Yeah. It doesn't really talk more as it conveys emotions. So like.
Does he like the name Hank?
Garlic bread.
Hank, it really doesn't have much of a sense for names.
Has a sense for garlic bread.
What is doing the garlic bread?
I don't know.
But it understands that, or it senses that.
I mean, Bartleby
that's kind
said
of the
Hank
pet name
rather
you're giving
lovingly.
It, so.
I mean, he said it very adoringly.
So it appreciates that more than it appreciates the affection you're showing it rather than what you're actually saying.
Does Bartleby understand? Does Bartleby have some sort of understanding that it's sentient, or does Bartleby not pick up on anything?
Now that you're attuned to it.
You cut out the first part, everything before now that you're attuned to it.
No, it's basically what
say,
he's saying, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can sense it.
So Bartleby knows he likes the name Hank. Good.
At least that's what you that's what you think. Again, the
You don't feel negative emotion.
It doesn't feel anything negative. Yeah.
Yeah, you like the name Hank, don't you? Hank.
Hank the Sun Sword. Son Hank.
May
Yeah, I don't know.
speaks to his mouse in Sylvan and basically conveys he doesn't know either.
Bartleby's ready to go to bed. He tucks Hank in next to him.
Yeah, Zoldak eventually drifts off to sleep too.
Yeah, May's not concerned about watching his stuff. So he's
If I
fine.
awaken to dying, tell me I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine with waking up with the sword in his back. He's pretty tired.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, nothing interrupts us while we sleep. So
What about
it is
Gizmo?
now morning. Everybody, you heal up all your stuff. Hack
about-
hit dice back.
What about Gizmo's sleep?
Yeah, Gizmo, even being outside, surprisingly, is safe.
It's that
You
dwarven
think
hobo
it's
life.
Yeah, it's is it good fortune or the fact that daylight has returned to Barovia?
True.
Or the Gizmo would have blown up whoever tried to touch him.
Yeah. So you are in fact. Oh, everybody's all good to go.
Woo! Ooh, that's both my channel divinities back. Hell yeah!
Yeah, I got my wild shapes. Wild shape.
So is it to the windmill?
To the wall!
To Strahd in a door.
I am back.
Till straw drops down my balls. Oh, these hags are wild. Ah.
Yep.
Sun
We
sword
long
leather
rested.
eyes.
Nothing eventful happened. So.
Oh, okay. I'm actually sending you something real quick too.
May's fine with just taking the road.
Yeah. Zoldak says, "Well, let's go do this."
Let's do this. Leroy!
There's the map. Over here. Okay, let me reveal an area. Okay, well, I'm gonna move us to the overworld map.
I was
for
like, have we been moved yet? Because I'm still looking at.
No, I just had to. I had to check the other map, so. Yes. So, let's see. Where we go? All right. So yeah, we travel down the road for a ways, and we get to the path where it forks off to the mill. Yeah, and keeping in mind you can actually still see Valaki from where you're at because it's down in a valley. So you've kind of climbed up the mountain a bit, or to the.
Up the mountain? Huh?
So you approach the windmill, and where does it say?
Approach the fun mill.
Yeah, hold on.
Funyun rings.
There's
Dunions.
supposed to be.
Bartleby,
Oh,
we
okay.
need some
There's-
Funyun rings.
There's really two things to note here. So obviously when you get there, there's the windmill, of course. It's kind of leaning. Looks like it's leaning a little bit to one side. So it looks like it's kind of in. Again, it's fallen into poor condition, like a lot of the other places you've seen. The door, there is a flimsy looking door that leads inside to the windmill, that's closed. But then one other thing to note is off to the side are 4 ancient looking stones, sort of like I guess megaliths would be, you could call them.
Yeah, like big pillars or
Like
something.
spires
Like
or something.
Stonehenge?
Yeah, very much like that. Although it's just like 4 very large stones
In a row and in a square. And...
yeah, sort of like a compass, making like a compass.
Okay.
Gizmo, if it's stone, you get to roll with advantage.
Yeah.
He gets to roll history.
Did.
And I rolled, and I got
Yeah.
an 11.
You
So
can
you get to roll again.
yeah, with the advantage, so 17. Yeah, so you detect that these stones are the by far they're the most ancient stonework you've encountered in Barovia. Even predating Castle Ravenloft and any of the other buildings.
Gizmo is pleased.
These taste good.
Each stone depicts a different season. And there's a carving of a city, and the city has, like, in the winter one, it has it's covered in snow. Spring is covered with flowers. Summer has a sunburst overhead, and then autumn is covered with leaves.
Just for the record, we have temp health, correct? On our journey over? Or...
Bartleby, yeah, he probably would have gone on a rant, wouldn't he have?
I mean, we get it like what, 1 time a day or something?
Yep.
So.
I mean,
And it's after a long rest, which we had.
Yeah, I
Well-
mean, I guess he wants to tell you guys an inspiring story about Hank the Sun Sword.
We go way back.
How
I've-
you and Hank bonded over your night's sleep.
I've known Hank for like a day.
Yeah.
You know, he's known Hank a day, but he's his best friend.
Everybody can go ahead and roll perception checks.
I thought you were gonna say initiative. I really did.
Oh no! Woo! I rolled higher than May. This is natural 23.
Yeah.
You did
Yeah.
May.
May's
such is
natural
life.
Perception, Rain. Yeah, Zoldak doesn't notice, but everybody else does. And Bartleby, I guess if you want to roll, you can.
If not, he gets his passive.
I was trying to read something about my character. My bad.
It's that there's a raven pecking at something. Pecking at something on the ground. Yeah, Bartleby it doesn't notice either, where Zoldak and he are focusing on the windmill. But it's pecking at something in the ground. By
And, and it seems unusual.
Yeah, it's just kind of curious to you. Like, it seems like it's kind of fixated on something.
Hey May, can you talk to that raven?
No, but I could try. He
Oh
would
yeah,
try-
the meat talk.
Yeah, the temp health.
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
The
I think I didn't lose it from last time, so I still have it.
so May will try to carefully approach this
See,
raven.
See, I was gonna say that I was just gonna pick up Rain and throw it at the Raven, but I guess I shouldn't.
When you approach and get near, the raven is notices you and is a little concerned, and it flies away. when you
Yeah.
get near.
Does it? Okay.
But you're close enough to see what it was pecking at.
Yes.
Oh yeah, face or a skull.
Yeah. Okay.
Body of a child.
Baby.
Yeah.
One of the
so,
hags' his hands.
Please.
Like I can't see it from where I am, so I approach.
Yeah. Yeah, with that investigation, you'd have to get closer. But
Right.
once you get there, you don't need... Well, I'll say you notice that it looks like there's some food. Like kind of some crumbs and kind of some smashed pastries along the... Like, around the megaliths. And there's also a small pile of teeth. Small teeth.
Does this stuff seem fresh?
Hmm.
The pastry has aged quite a bit,
Oh wait, pastry. Oh.
Is
but
the pastry a dream pie?
yeah,
I have a dream pie in my bag. What does it look like at this point? Is it rotting?
yeah, you'd you realize that it smells foul now and should be disposed of.
Rain puts it down in front of the summer one. I don't. Like tieflings probably like summer. I don't fucking know. But just get it out of my bag because I held on to it for too long.
Yeah, and May, your survival check is enough to know that the teeth that are the small pile of teeth that the raven was pecking at
Mm-hmm.
look like they're children's teeth.
Yeah. May would basically, upon like getting closer, and he's like, "Yeah, what is that?" And then he, it'd be like the equivalent of being like, "Oh God," like, "Oh."
Yeah,
May's just like, Jesus Christ.
I had to look.
Hey Bartleby, I'm changing something on your thing real quick. Global saving throw modifier from that thing. CJ showed me how to do that before. So now, when you do a saving throw, it will, because of that buff, will automatically pop for you.
Cool,
he
man.
He goes to like scoop up any of the teeth that he can, and then like brings it over to the party, and is basically like, you know, I think these are children's teeth that were in that pie.
Rain looks like
In the pie?
Gizmo smacks May in the face and says, "Why are you picking up things off the ground?"
Mia.
Gizmo, let's burn this place to the ground.
Gizmo wants to talk to the hags.
Gizmo, do you think
Yeah,
we should
Zoldak
destroy
says,
these
I don't
stones?
think there's really much point in negotiating this. We know these hags are evil. We've
Is there? Oh, that's really weird. It's not showing the bonus in the saving throw itself, but whenever you roll it, it adds.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
weird.
It's weird.
That confused me too.
I don't know if I like that.
Let's destroy these stones.
You should destroy stones.
Because my armor class also isn't going up by 1. Oh wait, no, that's because I have custom. Never mind.
Yeah.
I don't-
Yeah. The custom does not. If you do the
Yeah,
global
yeah.
bonus, it doesn't add it.
Yeah, Frain would say to the rest of the group, I don't know what the point of these stones are, but if Gizmo shared that they're incredibly old, and they're outside of the hag manor, like, should we destroy them? Or, you know, do we think they're not inherently evil?
Gizmo looks at you like you want to murder a small child and is ready to attack you if you try to touch his stones. Is there something he's finally appreciative of this world?
Yeah, I'm not sure if the stones are inherently bad. But regardless, where's the teeth, like near to the windmill, like to the entrance or something?
They were
Jesus.
near the megaliths.
Oh, okay.
Gizmo goes up to the door and wants to kick in the door to the windmill.
Finally, something I agree with. Let's go.
All right.
Let's kill these bitches. Is that all the bigger the windmill is?
Yeah, the windmill is really small, actually. Yeah, it is not.
So the bigger
That's
your
going to be
mom
in
is.
close corridors. Here, if it comes to that.
I imagine the stones were like to the left of it, or are
Yeah,
they to
like out
Okay.
farther.
Yeah,
over
right. Yeah,
here,
okay.
but-
I just want to
But
make
yeah,
sure.
they,
that-
they don't have a map for it, so
Yeah, I just want to make sure that May's like in the right spot.
yeah. Yeah. So Gizmo kicks down the door. It is very flimsy, so you
I
don't
mean, I
have
guess
to.
if everybody's over here.
You
Fucking
don't
kick
have to
that door
roll
in.
anything.
Let's kill him. Rain was a child once and doesn't appreciate this.
That's Zoldak's door. We can kick it.
Zoldak,
Yeah.
your windmill looks like shit.
Yeah, it's not very well kept. The ground floor here has been converted into a makeshift kitchen, and the room is filthy. Baskets and old dishware are piled everywhere. Adding to the clutter is a peddler's cart, a chicken coop, a heavy wooden trunk, and a pretty wooden cabinet with flowers painted on its doors.
Hey, here's a cart.
In
Yes.
addition to the clucking chickens, you hear toads croaking.
Additionally, we have our cart with us, right? Like that's
Yeah.
just is that just assumed?
Yeah.
I went and fetched the cart before.
Okay.
Gizmo wants to do a perception check of this room to see if there's anything of importance, and
Okay.
then I want to do. Why can't I click perception?
Yeah, is it dark in here? Because if so, May activates his belt.
It's like what?
It's dimly lit. Not you can still see.
Well,
Let me retry this.
dimly lit,
It, like-
still good enough for me to activate my belt.
Yeah.
It like highlighted.
Oh,
my...
holy fuck. Oh, dear God. Hey, 21! That's a good one.
Oh, well, because
Dude,
It-
oh my god.
well, no, like I clicked on perception and it like highlighted it. It didn't tell me, like it didn't give me like it was clicking it. Now, like,
So you got a 21.
Yeah. Yeah, so Gizmo, you first thing you notice is actually a smell. The sweet smell of pastries blends horribly with a stench that burns your nostrils. And the awful odor comes out of an open, upright barrel in the center of the room.
And then I'm gonna roll an
there.
investigation to see if there's anything worth of value.
Okay. And you also...
Like, if they, like, left, like, I guess, like, money or just, like...
Yeah.
Or, like, anything in, like, the chests or stuff like that.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see if there's anything... As you're rummaging through the place, I'll just go over what you notice, because you do notice quite a bit, but most of it's probably not valuable to you. The oven over here is cooking, and there are pastries baking in it.
Does Bartleby want to do something about the
there
pastries?
There are small human bones littering the floor. And
See, but we can't prove that they're eating them, so...
Wait a minute.
There's lots of in the cabinets as you're searching through them. There's lots of like herbs and baking ingredients. Yeah, go ahead.
So to Gizmo, you can kill children and cook them into pies as long as you don't eat them yourself. Is that what we're getting?
Who says they're putting them into pies?
They're trading children. They're making pies. I feel like I don't know. I thought they were putting them in the pies. Maybe they're just eating the kids themselves.
Where'd you get that? Did any of us assume that they're putting them in the pies?
I mean, I like watched Sweeney Todd 10 times whenever he said about kids and pies. So.
Yes. I felt like they were in the pie. I thought that was established, but I guess I made it up.
Why would you take children and put them in the pie? You're giving children...
I mean, they're evil. Like, that's what they do.
What's the evilest thing you can think of? Take a kid, and then you kill a kid and grind them up, make them into pies. Trade that pie for another kid, grind them up, and sell that pie back to the parents. That's the most evil shit I can think of.
Oh, Jesus.
I really assumed the kids were in the pies, too. Are we finding out they're not in the pies?
I mean, I guess we don't 100% know.
Oh my god. See, DM, what is the value?
Wait, hold on. Can I roll with one of my Tome of Strahds to know if the kids are in the pies?
Yeah. Hello?
Obligatory DC.
Hello?
They put him in a pie!
They put me in a pie. God damn hags.
Did you roll anything? I don't see it appearing.
What? What?
Oh, can you hear us?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
You like went quiet.
Oh, okay. I could hear you the whole time, but, I guess you guys couldn't hear me. But yeah, you could roll to see if you learn that.
If it's in the book.
Yeah.
History.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll a, I guess, history.
Or investigation or something.
Or investigate would actually, I guess that would... go investigate.
Okay. No.
You didn't learn.
Don't you roll it with advantage?
If it's something I couldn't know, then no. If it's something I might, like, if it was a normal roll, like, do I smell that? I can consume one for advantage.
Yeah.
But if it's something, like, that I couldn't know otherwise, then no.
I thought it was, like, using the book regardless was information that you wouldn't
If it's
know.
something that your character would normally have access to, you can roll with advantage. But if it's something about Barovia that you would have no way of knowing Otherwise, it's just a regular.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
You can choose to expend one of your knowledge points after you roll the die, but before you know the outcome, you choose which d20s is used, blah, blah, blah. And there was another one later on in the thing, because I have it written in 2 places because it's long as shit. With the tome in your possession, you have access to special knowledge and insight about people, places, and events in Barovia. You can also spend a point to make an intelligence or wisdom check, I guess one of those two, to gain information about topics related to Barovia you would not normally have access to.
Let's just well, unfortunately, your investigation check, you don't find anything. At least you hadn't recalled reading anything about that in the tome.
Okay.
Gizmo, though, through your searching, you did come across 3 potions, or at least you think that's what they are. You find 3 vials. One is labeled Youth, and it's a golden liquid. You find a second one labeled Laughter, and it looks like it's like some sort of like red tea. And then you find a third one, which is a greenish, milky-looking liquid labeled Mother's Milk.
So basically, nothing that a dwarf would ever want.
Exactly.
So the smell in here is bad.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of a awkward smell because like the pastries smell good, but like there's like a very awful odor.
Is somebody going to destroy the oven? Otherwise, I guess Gizmo will.
Okay.
Or Gizmo will make his way upstairs.
That is Zoldak's oven.
Does Bartleby think that there are 3 hags here somewhere?
Yes, you do hear some sound coming from upstairs. Sounds like a grind wheel is turning.
What do you think, Hank? You think we should find some hags?
Yeah, the Sun Sword, you sense the emotion that it wants to kill allies of Strahd.
Oh,
Let's
Jesus.
go. Let's go hag hunting.
May will comment to
Jesus.
everybody else that he was talking to his sword all night.
Well, that just kind of like shakes his head and says, I hope there's not any negative effects to using that sword.
He'll go crazy and try to murder us.
May says that it's already taken a foothold. It's too late. The infection is too deep. Onward, upstairs!
What were the names? What was on it? It was like Mother's Milk and like Laughter and what?
And,
Youth.
yeah, Youth.
Okay.
Yep, anyone who is...
What the hell is that?
That...
May's in the window.
Yeah. A haggard, heavy-set old woman with a face as wrinkled as a boiled apple sweeps the floor, pushing around a few old bones and stirring up a cloud of white dust with her broom.
What do her hands look like?
Fine, or functional.
Fine, they're fine hands.
Yeah.
Has she looked up at us?
Yes, when you approach, she says, "Oh my, visitors, are you here to do business?"
We have business with 3 hags that live in a windmill.
3 hags that live in a windmill? Are you trying to insult me? Well, if you're here for business, can I interest you in some dream pastries?
Oh Jesus.
May is now confused
Why?
because this might not be a hag.
No, it's a hag.
Somebody smack the pastry out of her hand and find out.
I'll kill her. It's fine.
Is it fine though?
I'm chaotic neutral, so it's fine.
Just let the demon hate flow through you. The devil hate.
Do I know what the fuck she's talking about? Okay, no, I don't.
May, do you still have those teeth?
Yes.
Bartleby asks Hank if he wants to hit her.
I say yes, but I don't want to write children's teeth in my inventory. So it's in my RAM right now, hoping that I forget it and that he drops them at some point.
The sword is yes, wants to attack.
All right, I trust my sword.
Oh God.
Give her the garlic bread. Give her the G bread.
I'm hitting her with my sword.
Okay.
There's two more hiding somewhere.
You hit her and immediately your alignment shifts. Like, yes, I knew it!
All right, let's.
You're a blackguard now.
You've fallen from grace and your god hates you.
You speak like you think I'm lawful good.
Let's
go. I guess yeah, we'll go ahead and roll initiative since there's not really a
Butterbeans?
surprise round. If she sees you going to draw your sword to attack,
yeah, it's.
Woohoo! Look at my initiative.
It's glowing light, and he talked to it. He's like, "Do you want to do business?" He's like, "Are we gonna kill this?"
I rolled the best initiative yet.
What a dumb bit. Rolling an 8.
I rolled a 1.
So we know that they are not undead, right? That's what we heard.
That 8 is for.
Yep.
Zoldak, isn't it?
No, that's the.
No. You need to roll your own character there, DM.
Yep. Here we go.
Ooh.
For once, Zoldak has a decent initiative.
Zoldak stabs her 7 times.
Your hag's still at 0.
So what is Zoldak doing? Old woman selling dream pies. Bartleby's charging.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about like the way that like D&D fighting and initiative works, but I guess like if we would all see Bartleby running in to attack and like, you know, he's about to attack, it's kind of like there's like 30
it's basically
seconds
I see
from his attack.
Bartleby's getting ready to attack.
Okay.
Based on initiative, Zoldak sees that he's doing it, so he gets the opportunity to react first.
It's like a D&D, it's like a DBZ fight. I'm powering up right now. I'm just standing in a corner as I'm lighting on fire.
Him and Hank are having a deep conversation as he's pooping himself.
He's dipping the sword.
You can do it!
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Piccolo.
Yeah.
The bromance of Bartleby and Hank.
It's like, yeah, the sword is like Nail. It's inside of Piccolo talking to him.
Him and Kami.
Yep.
What are you doing? You can do it! You can do it! Yeah!
Zoldak's going to.
I'd rather be Mr. Popo.
Zoldak, I guess I'm gonna have him. He's not sure if he's going
All
to
these squares make a
not.
circle. All these squares.
I guess I'll have him roll an insight check. Actually, you know, he's gonna consult. He'll use a knowledge point to see if do the same thing that Rain did about the dream pastries to see if they were actually, if he suspects it or uncovered. I guess that'd be investigation. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's
Intimidation.
Yeah, that's intimidation. I meant investigation. Okay.
You
No,
intimidate the book. Tell me.
No, he's not sure. So he's just going to drop his turn in the initiative to see what other people do, because he's not like he draws his. I guess like no, he won't even. He'd have to do that on his turn. So he had the best initiative, but he's really kind of like, should we attack? Should we not? He's not too sure what to make of this person yet. If they're the one, you know, if they're responsible or not. Like, he obviously wants to deal with the hags, and he knows that hags tend to have that kind of appearance. But we saw before that.
Yep.
He's going to drop his initiative at least down to, I guess, down to right after the hag. Then May, you're next.
May is going to ready his action, waiting. If she seems like a threat, like that she's actually a hag, he's going to cast Magic Stone and throw one at her.
Okay.
So he's just readying his action, and that's his condition.
Yeah. Alright, Rain.
Wait,
Die, bitch.
You're gonna throw a stone at this poor lady?
I will if she's hostile.
So I clicked Blight once in the thing, but it
Oh,
didn't
Blight.
roll, so I'm going to click it again and see if it actually goes this time. Oh wait, is it asking me what level I want to roll it at? Yeah, okay. 4, because that's all I can. Everything rolls at max.
What
DC
the hell?
con save. Wow.
Fuck you,
44 damage.
bitch.
Okay,
Jesus!
she fails.
Clearly, she's probably dead.
You can see within range. Okay, 30. She makes con saving throw.
Or takes 8d8 necrotic damage on a failed
Okay.
save.
It's pretty average, plus a little higher, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, she, yeah, she's, yeah, that, getting hit with that, like, you know, she just kind of the necrotic energy just withers her, away.
Yeah, that
and,
was definitely an above average roll.
yeah, when, she sees, obviously, that, when she sees that, we're here to attack. I guess, Rain, do you move at all or do anything else?
No, I kind of figured I was standing somewhere like on a banister where I have like a clear shot at her, but we're kind of like, I'm like eye level with her feet.
Yeah, it's
okay.
not a ranged attack roll, so you don't need, like, cover doesn't really affect her as long as it's not full cover. So
Yeah.
you
and-
can
and I
see
guess,
her like through the guardrail
Yeah.
thing, assuming.
Yeah,
there's
so
one.
no, Rain's not gonna move, but I guess like for the attack itself, Rain would be like considering like just attacking where normally an Eldritch Blast would come out, and just thinking about this, like, since she's already old, just this old lady like withering and dying, and you know, instead of an Eldritch Blast coming out, it would be some kind of patron intervention where the patron's like, no, like wither, and just blights this bitch. So no, but Rain doesn't move.
Okay.
Hag's turn.
Yeah, so I'm seeing what she's gonna do. She's going to call out, sisters, intruders, help!
That's it. That's the trigger. Kill her.
Is May triggered?
You know she's a hag if she's calling sisters.
I'm fine with doing it after her turn, but
Yeah. She hasn't done anything yet other than call out, but,
okay, no, that's fine. Yeah.
Let me see what she's gonna do. I guess let me move it to, hold on, I need to look up a spell.
Self-destruction kills entire party.
Well, I hope she hurts. I hope she felt it.
She casts
Gosh.
Wail of the Banshee.
Entire party is dead. Strahd wins. Game over.
Yeah, she's going to strike out with her claws at I guess she sees um, Rain cast the spell at her, so she's going to kind of take a step forward here, and
Would that trigger opportunity attacks from Gizmo or Bartleby?
I
no,
think
'cause she didn't
Gizmo
leave
is down a level.
I'm behind you.
Oh,
on the stairs.
okay.
Yeah, and she didn't leave the reach of Bartleby.
Okay.
She's just gonna make an attack. She like lashes out with her claws. And at that point, May, your attack would your reaction would.
Okay, so whenever she rolls her attack roll, I'll roll mine. Basically, hers happens, and then mine.
Yeah. So you saw her.
Whoa!
Beakus. So that plus an additional 5, so 16.
Okay. 6.
Is she still standing when she does that?
Huh?
After she takes the damage from the magic stone, is she still okay?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. She. Okay.
She's covered up in super old. Or, yeah, she's not dead.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So half damage.
She looks like she needs a life alert.
Yeah, she's not looking too good.
Okay.
Still
just
could
after
take a
she would-
couple hits, but yeah, she's clear. We're clearly going to overwhelm her unless she, has something she can.
Unless she bites one of us.
Yeah.
It's always the bites.
Okay. Just rolling those.
Yeah, I would just figure there, like, whatever. Just might as well do it, because whenever we're done here, we're probably going to regroup and rest for Strahd anyway, so... I feel like I might as well blow through everything I got.
Yep. All right. Let's see. So after that, Zoldak is next.
Blow her apart, Zoldak.
Yeah, Zoldak's just gonna say, "I knew it. You're a servant of Strahd," and then he's just going to. He's gonna use his superiority die on this. He'll do a trip attack first.
Remember, you don't have to declare it until after the attack.
Oh, that's
Figure that
that's
out
right,
later.
I forgot. Okay, well, so he's not gonna do that on that one. But on this one, he'll make it a trip attack. Which means hit. I had the superiority die.
Gain advantage on the next or the blunt end strike.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, assuming she does in fact trip. So she's got to make a strength save again.
Yeah, I don't know much about hags. I feel like they're not super strong.
Okay, she passes.
Wow.
Well, yeah, they're actually surprisingly stronger than you'd think.
Yeah, apparently. I didn't,
I'm
I
gonna
didn't see that
try.
coming.
I'm gonna see if I. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna make this a trip attack. And actually, that's gonna be 2d8 because it's a crit. So throw that on there, and
Yeah, you
that.
get your extra crit roll. Like,
So that's 12, 20.
Don't forget bracelet. Extra
Oh yeah, 24.
extra weapon damage
Yeah.
dice.
That's 24, 31.
so what you mean to tell me is that Zoldak hits her with the blunt end and just blows her head off after she dodges the
Yeah.
first one?
I hit and she. Okay. Well, yeah. I basically smack her across the face. She doesn't trip. And I'm not going to do anything else. I've already used 2 superiority die, but I figure somebody else can finish her off. Because Bartleby is up next.
Brandon, I'm just testing something.
Okay.
Okay, that screwed up.
I don't know anything about the coven thing because you said there's like they get powerful when there's a group. So if we kill one of them off the bat, we might be in a much better standing against them. I don't think they're too big of a threat in the first place, but apparently they have high strength, so I'm wrong.
My roll 20 just closed. I'm just trying to open it again.
Okay.
I was trying to look. Does anyone know what the limits are on Turn the Tide? I don't see anything in the notes. I guess it's just limited by when I'd be able to use it.
Let me see.
It's a bonus action feat, and it doesn't say it uses a spell slot or anything.
Turn the Tide is you get from being a crown paladin, so
Right.
it is your channel divinity. So that would cost your one channel divinity that you get as a paladin for now. And yeah.
Yeah, turn the tide.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to finish a short or long rest before using it again. So
Thanks, friends.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I want to slap her in the face with my sword.
I'm gonna
Okay.
need that boat. Is your roll 20 back up?
Yep.
You did the damage on the undead one. You didn't do the sword.
yeah, these are
strike.
not undead. So you
No,
don't
no,
have
I
to
just
roll
clicked the wrong.
extra.
Miss? Oh. Maybe? Hit? Question mark?
That actually misses. That hits though. One swing miss, swing back, and she's dead.
Pop!
Ah!
Sisters, I'm dead.
Yeah.
And she's hollering.
Watch this. I can sneak in tiptoe while you take a piss. She's dead.
So one of the sisters comes down the stairs, and when she does, that triggers Zoldak's opportunity attack for entering my reach, and that is a hit. Which
Poke.
I'll throw a. No, I'm just gonna. Yeah, go all out. Make that a.
Huh.
Yeah, that's just for the damage.
He goes all out. Ah, your toe.
Distracting strike. I'm gonna do distracting strike because it's guaranteed to work. So the next attack by an ally has advantage.
Excellent.
Not the greatest damage, but whatever. Somebody has advantage next time, which is helpful. And then she gasps, "Oh no, sister! You
Have
will
been.
pay!" And then she, seeing that, I guess she notices Bartleby was the one that dealt the final blow. She goes to attack him with her claws.
Ha!
But I'm pretty sure that's a minute. Yep.
He is 21 because of the Morning Lord.
Yeah, so that turned that into a miss.
Bless.
I would like to think that she goes to swing and just like the Morning Lord just kind of like shines for a moment, just like, just like
Screws her up.
Yeah,
yeah, gotcha.
Gizmo. Yeah, Gizmo.
Gizmo, you send that bitch to hell.
You send that bitch to a concert.
You send that concert to a bit.
You there, Tim?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're up. Blow her apart.
Gizmo is going to hold his action.
On what condition?
If something comes up the stairs behind us.
Okay.
Because Gizmo's still not really sure about just attacking people.
Okay. Let's see. So you're holding your turn in case something comes up behind us.
And Hag 3 comes up from behind you.
Actually, she comes.
Hag 3 comes out of the ceiling as a spider and shape changes
As long as she's not a well.
into a well.
She comes down the stairs.
Rip.
And notices May first.
She climbs out of the grindstone and she's like, I'm fucked up!
And she's going to cast...
Bring...
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but
Hit
because when you do a...
Let her hit me before you speak.
When you do the rounds that, like, refresh, would Zoldak get a new opportunity attack because the turn order turned over, or does it reset on his turn?
His turn.
Okay.
On my turn.
Okay.
She's going to cast Magic Missile at May, and actually, if she's going to do that, she's not going to come all the way downstairs. She's just going to come down and cast it.
Magic Missile.
Yeah, Magic Missile.
He gonna attack the darkness?
All 3 missiles at May.
May's dead. What? I had a rough night of sleep.
Oh,
I was going to
That's
say
right.
13 damage kills May.
now it's May's turn.
Slasher it.
Garlic bread.
Yeah,
Dryad bread.
I'm actually gonna use my primal savagery on this lady. So I have a cantrip called Primal Savagery.
Yep.
So basically, like, my right arm is just gonna turn into like a bear claw, and then I'm gonna slash her. So even though I set it to do piercing, I'm gonna have it do slashing. And since the next attack against her has advantage.
Yep, and you hit.
Solid.
Yay, 5. That's not subpar or anything. So 5 slashing.
Okay. Every little bit helps.
Meow.
Rain.
Would I be able to Eldritch Blast her from here, or is there too much cover in the way?
Yeah, the grindstone's in the way.
Okay, so I'll move up to here,
Okay.
and
Now you can Eldritch Blast.
actually, instead of Eldritch Blasting, I choose to do
Smack with her.
Evard's Black Tentacles
Oh, great.
Like, just kind of like...
on this, basically on the staircase. I could
Yeah.
make a box and angle it, but it's
Yeah, we
gonna,
know where it is.
for all intents and purposes, look like that.
Yeah, so let's see. They make a... When a creature enters for the first time on a turn or starts the turn. Make a dex.
Yeah, and somebody had asked about that on the Sage, and starting a turn or whatever, like for the first time, includes when it is cast.
Yeah, that's what I take it to be.
Yeah, because
so
it says
they-
on a turn. It's like,
Yeah, 1 succeeds, 1 fails. The first one on the bottom of the steps will be the one that succeeds. Be restrained. Creature starts to turn the area. Alright, so the one is restrained with 3d6, the other is okay. Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
just keep magic missiling.
It
me.
is the 10 damage.
Oh, I see.
It's at
yeah.
the bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah, I missed that.
yeah, not a great roll.
Okay. Let's see, Zoldak.
I'm high-fiving you through the mic.
Yeah.
Low rolls.
Zoldak would actually be able to hit both of them, but the grindstone's in the way, so
Yeah.
we'll just attack the one. Because with the ribbon of the elves,
Yep.
he could I would envision like his glaive like just like magically extends
Yeah, it could either do that, or how I was imagining it is that it's kind of like a sash that's around it as well. So whenever he goes, he actually kind of throws it almost, and then the ribbon comes out and like ties to his arm, so it like he lets go of it, and then it just sucks back. But
Okay.
doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
I would have it that like I guess for pole arms, the weapon would extend. But for like if it was like a great sword or something,
Right? Yeah.
or like an axe, he would throw it. It depends on what type of weapon.
Yeah, axe would be a good envision for that.
Great sword, I imagine. Yeah, I don't know what I do for that, but anyway. Yeah, so I'll do. Let's see. Start. I'm gonna make this a trip attack, and that does hit.
And which one was restrained? The one at the top of the stairs?
Yeah.
Tag 3.
Magic missile. Okay.
Yeah, so that.
Yeah. Which one is restrained? Magic missile. Okay.
Magic
missile.
missile.
Magic missile. Yes, she fails. Now she's
Magic.
prone.
Tragic tristle.
So yeah. And I'm just gonna roll that, and I'm going to action surge and get another set of attacks in. Hit.
He's like, I tripped her. Now I'm gonna stab her 100 times.
Yep, that's right. Oop. Okay.
That's a me, Mario.
You just
Now Bartleby.
keep doing trip attacks, and you just put her under the floor.
Trip.
Bartleby, she's down. Use your advantage.
Yeah, you have advantage now too.
Hank!
He's really into this whole Hank thing.
Well, you'd be too if your sword
Propane
gets
and
RP'd.
propane accessories!
Nuclear launch detected.
Don't forget to roll with advantage.
Yeah, at the top of your character sheet, there's a little button
just
that says
forgot.
advantage.
Reroll the first one just on the off chance that you would crit.
Like just roll another one regular? Or...
Yeah. Because it's gonna hit period. Okay, but if you would have rolled a crit, then you would have crit.
I get
Yep.
you.
Okay, so now you can, if you attack again, you can. Okay.
Yeah.
13.
It's the Strahd attacking Rain in the air lesson where you roll the damage for each attack before
Yeah, I want
you roll the attack roll.
Yeah, so now you could attack again and have advantage.
With yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
He's infected.
All I'm saying is I don't care how strong you are. If you get tripped and then you're hit like 9.5 times while you're on the ground, that's got to affect your morale. You're like, stop it! I don't stop kicking me.
Yeah.
What do
Anything
you
else on
think,
your
Hank?
turn?
Should we stop?
Hank's like, no, death
What do
to
you-
God's enemies.
What do you think, Hank?
Smite.
Yeah,
Smite her.
She's not undead though, so I'm gonna do a branding smite.
Ooh, what's that do?
Just turn up the oven a couple degrees, man.
It brands her.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna link it.
Yeah.
Wait. It's gonna auto cast when I do it at level 2, so just ignore what I send. Wait, I didn't actually type in what it does. Never mind.
I mean, just click on the spell, not the...
No, it is in the book, but it just did that anyway.
Yeah,
Like,
it
it's-
might be listed as an attack rather than a spell card.
I'm just gonna link it here. So disregard what I said, that's what it does.
Yeah.
It is a bonus action, actually.
Oh, I thought it was just like the Divine Smite.
I thought it was too.
No,
So
it's a
branding makes it
paladin
that
spell.
they can't become invisible.
No, there's which one?
Divine Smite is just the damage one. Branding Smite has this extra effect on it. Which, let me fix that on your thing then.
basically she's branding smite on Strahd. You can't turn all
yeah, actually, that would have been
Yeah,
great.
It is there, but when I fucking click it, it just casts the spell.
Yeah,
so.
so like I guess regular smites are good if you want to just straight up do damage, and
Wait, yeah,
especially
output.
to undead.
Okay, here I fixed it.
Yeah.
It was output as a spell.
Branding cancels invisibility.
I mean, it still does extra radiant damage though.
Yeah.
I just wanted to do something other than Divine Smite since I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. From what I've seen from playing Paladins, like most of the time the default is just do Divine Smite, because I think it does more damage, but
Okay.
I mean, but you can do, let's see. Yeah, because it does 2d8. Yeah.
If you would do it, yeah, second.
Alright, you want to roll damage for that?
Yeah, I'll roll damage.
You know, just roll the dice, kill the people,
Not exciting.
get
She's
the
not
money,
undead.
get the monies.
Okay. Some extra damage there.
Damage.
Oh, sorry, that I clicked by accident. I was trying to move a window and
Yeah,
So
whatever.
just like, fuck you.
OPDM,
yeah, I was trying to move
we
a
get
window
it.
and it was like right.
Wait,
right
my
there.
my roll 20 just completely reloaded.
That's what you get.
Let's see, the
Well-
Night Hag by.
The Night Hag gets
Nay.
to do a fucking roll when I can. Welcome to your turn, bitch.
Oh
It
right,
starts its
yeah.
turn there.
Oh right, yeah, because she's prone, but
So she should not get her advantage on the save. She should get a disadvantage on her save, right? Or a normal save.
Yep. And it's a Dex save.
Yep.
Okay,
Pass.
she passes.
So just half damage, right? Wait,
No damage.
No,
on
she
the-
takes
No
no
damage.
damage,
correct.
but she's also allowed to get up as well because she's not.
Yeah,
restrained.
there's an entry where you can put in save if they save text or whatever. But
Yeah, I can go ahead and do that. Oops.
I
I clicked the thing.
yeah, I usually preface it with on save, comma, because like we don't know what that text even means. Like
Yeah,
it's just like italicized under deck save, I think.
yeah, it is.
Yeah. She's going to attack Bartleby with her claws. 17 slashing.
25, damn. 17 slashing. Slarshing.
Don't forget about your 10th hit
Yep.
points. Gizmo.
Is still holding his action.
The temp is 10, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Now
The
it's,
hag at the top of the stairs.
She
Yeah.
gets to take a turn too.
Yeah.
Yuck.
So she, when a creature, if the creature.
A creature that starts its turn in the area and is already restrained takes 3d6,
Yeah.
and it can use its action to try to get out.
Okay, well, fails. Alright. Yeah, I guess that the one hag didn't consider getting out of the black tentacles. Oh, well. Yeah.
Welcome to the jungle.
Welcome to your nightmare, you old fucking bitch.
May.
Does the one at the top of the stairs didn't do anything on her turn?
She used her turn to try to break free and failed
Oh, okay.
from the tentacles.
All right. Well, May's gonna go and just try to smack Lady again. Smack. Is that hit?
Yep,
Smack.
just barely, but
There we go.
nice solid hit there. She's almost.
Slashing again.
Rain.
So if they're restrained, does that mean...
Yeah, I just pulled that up. Restrained is speed is 0. Attack rolls against them have advantage. Oh. Is the one in front of me restrained?
No.
Okay. It has disadvantage on attack rolls, and attack rolls against it have advantage, and also it has disadvantage on dex saves.
Okay. So actually, if it has a dex save to try to leave, it's at disadvantage.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So once it's grabbed, it's grabbed.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, part of the spell says that it just does the damage if they're restrained. No save.
Right, but it uses
Try to
its
break
action to
free
try to
isn't
get
it?
free.
Not gonna
Right,
happen.
which is usually a strength save.
Let me
I mean, they can choose because it's a grapple, so.
check the full text on that.
to get out of a.
Yeah. To escape, it can use a strength or dex. Its choice.
Okay. Oh, so that's how it could get around it, possibly.
Yeah,
Right.
Okay.
but I guess that's up to whether it knows that or not. But metagame.
Okay.
I mean,
If
it's
I
whether
move-
you're choosing to wriggle out of it or just straight up muscle out.
Yeah.
If I stood like right here against the wall, would I be able to hit the one at the top of the stairs that I have restrained?
Yes. Yes, you would.
Okay, so I would like to just do an Eldritch Blast on that one.
I'm gonna go get
Okay.
water.
You have advantage. Woohoo. Okay, first one hits, then obviously because it's there.
Right.
Okay, cool.
So plus another 4 for my invocation. So 21.
All right.
I choose not to push it back, and then I
Yeah.
step back.
Okay.
I want it to stay right where it is. And I'm gonna update my Evards to say that last part.
Zoldex. Okay. Yeah, Zoldex gonna move right there, and his glaive. Well, he shouldn't have advantage on that because he's attacking him, but he still hits. So.
Yeah, 25.
And that. You know, yeah, that doesn't kill her, so I'll attack again.
So it's just gonna make my thingy much longer.
And another hit, and that kills that one. Bartleby, you are next.
I want to go Hank Happy again.
I'm gonna click this once because I want to see if it comes out correctly.
I'm having trouble seeing the hag. I just want to move my guy next to it.
Yeah, she's like on the stairs, like under your nameplate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right there. Keep in mind the Avard's black tentacles is there. You could still swing from where you're at if you wanted to from the ground level. She would have partial cover though.
You might be able to beat my DC on that if you would want to run in. I mean, it would
The
fuel
one
the
in front
thing
of him
going on
died?
right now. So yeah. So if you
Oh,
wanted to
man,
run up
okay.
the stairs and fight through the tentacles, you could try to do that.
Well, keep in mind she's restrained, so you do have advantage. So even though she has +2 AC,
From attacking from that angle?
yeah,
Okay.
So I still have advantage from here?
because she's restrained.
Okay. I'll stay here and attack.
All right. Yep, that is a hit. All right. Yeah, just throw that on there for good measure. That is actually also a hit. She has cover, but you hit even with her partial cover.
Hank just slices through the cover.
Yeah.
A
Just takes
banister.
a chunk off the banister. and with that, I'm gonna say that she's basically done. She's restrained. We're just gonna slaughter her in the next couple turns.
Pow.
Yeah, there's no way she can win.
Pow, right in the
pulls
garlic
out her
bread.
handy dandy notebook, and she's gonna start recording everything she can find.
Forget which music I had playing.
I'm gonna use one of my Toma Strahd thingies to see what I can investigate here.
Nice advantage.
Yeah, Toma Strahd.
Oh.
Yep, because you would at least have some. I guess. Did you want to search the hags or?
I was gonna say hags first, and then if you wanted me to make a separate investigation for the rest of the windmill, I could do that.
Yes.
Okay. Well.
Could you close the turn order?
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh, I wanted to see if you could close it while I was currently holding it and moving it with my mouse. You can.
But I can.
You can.
Okay, let's see. As far as the hags go, you don't find anything, I guess, particularly interesting about them. I mean, they're wearing, kind of tattered, raggy clothes, and
Okay. On top of that, I'm also looking for anything physically, things that would be this is a weird trait that they have to write down.
yeah. So let's see. Obviously, you notice that they're very ugly looking. They're covered in warts, and their hair is long and frayed, and their skin is kind of blotchy, and their fingers are all bony, and you noted that they seem to possess some sort of magical capability, although you think it was severely hampered by the fact that you killed one of them so soon, so they weren't able to work together.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's pretty much the most of it that you uncovered there. As far as these hags go, yeah, there really wasn't much, kind of out of the ordinary about them, any sort of magic items or trinkets. They looked like they were just kind of in cooking attire. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay. And I guess for the rest of the windmill, question mark? Oh, dude, my rolls suck.
Yeah, for the rest of the windmill, well, on this floor in particular, it's basically just the grindstone. But you realize that they were grinding up bones.
Oh, nice.
Small bones. Child-sized bones.
Nothing we haven't seen in the moat house before.
I guess Rain is gonna go just up and down the stairs and do a cursory glance and see if there's any children or prisoners
Yeah, I mean, we don't even know what's upstairs
bags.
yet.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll reveal the next two levels. With all of our combined efforts, so up top left is the next floor. Room gets smaller up here than on the first floor.
Of course it does.
Yeah. But this is a bedroom. Let's see.
Any chests or anything worth stealing here? Little lock boxes?
There are some crates stacked on top of another. In a small closet. There's a heap of discarded clothing next to the closet, and a ladder climbs up to a wooden trapdoor.
Is the discarded clothing children's clothing?
Yeah.
Up.
The crates are actually, you hear some banging coming from in the crates.
Eldritch Blast it.
Could I try to Eldritch Blast the crate without blasting through and killing what's inside?
Probably not.
Who cares?
You know, there's ways to open up crates that don't.
You hear
involve
some
Eldritch
small voices saying, "Help, help."
Don't Eldritch Blast us!
Yeah.
I really want to click Eldritch Blast.
Go ahead and click that alignment button.
You're gonna open that crate and they're gonna murder you.
Soldak, let's get these crates open.
Okay. Yeah, Zoldak.
Mayhere's kids.
I guess Zoldak will just roll a strength check to like break open the. Okay. Doesn't have much luck with the first one. But just completely like tears apart the second one.
He shakes it just enough for all of them to get sick, and then he's like, "Ha ha ha! Fine, I'll open it."
On the first one, I guess I'll try to pry my dagger into it and pop it open.
Okay, you could make a dex roll. Oh yeah, unfortunately.
You kill them all.
They have their head right up to that spot.
Yeah, right. You blind them all. You're like swiping it, hitting their eyes.
Got him.
Zoldak will try again. Nope, that crate. He's just like, oh. Come on, I
May wants to
broke
save
open
the children.
No, this crate is like, we're having trouble breaking it without, while still being careful. Okay.
I'm chill touching it.
Yeah, you chill the wood to the point where it becomes brittle and breaks.
Pop.
Necrotic damage, not cold damage.
Oh, no,
It's a ghostly hand comes out and rots the wood.
Oh Jesus!
There we go.
Effectively, yes. Yeah.
That wood can't regenerate for one turn. At least.
What? What?
Yeah.
Did you just?
So in the
tell me
two
that it
crates
can't
are
regenerate?
two children. One is a boy of about 7 years old, and the other is a girl of 5. And they when you free them, they both rush over to May and Rain, and are clasping their just kind of wrap their arms around you and say, "Oh, thank you for freeing us. Did you deal with those mean old ladies, scary ladies?"
Yes, they're gone now. Here, eat this. And hand them
Show me
each
on the
a good
doll
berry.
where they touched you.
Rain asks, were there only 3 of them?
Yeah, 3 crates.
No,
Yeah,
like, were there only 3 hags?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure there's not like, there was another one. Like, fuck. That was the daddy hag.
Children, eat these to regain your strength.
There was this
They-
weird man that showed up. Strahd comes
Thank
strolling
you,
through the
thank
door.
you, kind sir. Please, can you take us home to our parents?
Of course. Where are you? What town are you from?
We're from Barovia.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yes, we know exactly where that is. We can take you there.
Thank you. Zoldak says it's okay. We have the cart. We can make good time. One other thing you find that when you're investigating this is there's an old bed, and there's some valuables stuffed underneath of it. There's a sack of coins with 150 gold pieces in it.
To the party loot! Unless we all just want to add 30.
Yeah, we should just add 30.
Or we give 75 to each of the children so their families don't need to sell them again.
Fuck the children.
That's a good point.
What is the F the children?
I mean,
or
I mean, 75 gold is a shitload of money.
Nobody cares about the children or their families. They gave them away.
Including the children.
Yeah, these are our kids now.
Yeah, let's adopt these little fuckers.
We're gonna raise some child soldiers.
Gizmo already took his 30, so.
Go on, kids. Walk through that potentially trapped door to see if Strahd is trapping it. Just
Rain.
gets cut in half.
Zoldak's going to give his 30 gold share to the children and let them split it.
Yeah, Rain will give 15 to each of the kids.
Gizmo looks at you guys in disgustment.
Disgustment. Yes.
Give your gold to these sad, pathetic things of children.
Bartleby asks Hank what to do.
Guaranteed Hank's gonna tell you to murder them.
The sword is content now that it's slayed Strahd's and
Kill allies of Strahd.
If Rain...
Bartleby asks Hank if he should give it money and just wants to see if Hank has any response.
Hank doesn't care.
Rain remembers living on the streets, and as a child, how far 15 gold could have gotten her.
See, Gizmo doesn't care because Gizmo cares more about money than children.
Yes. As
Because I'm a dwarf.
more akin to how dwarves would think.
Yeah. They had their lives, that's enough.
Gizmo wasn't even keen to come to the damn windmill.
But another one of Strahd's allies down. We've cleared...
Top floor.
They weren't hurting anybody.
Well, your definition of hurting, not hurting anybody, involves children in basket closets, crates.
Sorry, but if families are giving up their children, then it's the family's problem, not ours.
The sins of Father Tim.
Alright, yeah, so what do you guys do now?
What nothing to do with these stupid ass kids.
I want to go through the hatch door at the top.
Okay. This is just the top of the windmill. There's nothing up here other than, the mechanisms for the windmill.
I would say look down at the stones and see if anything seems different from that angle.
True. Yeah. How do those ancient stones appear?
They don't appear any different. However, you notice that there is a beacon of light shining down over the windmill. But then it kind of fades away into the rest of the light.
Similar to Death House.
Yeah.
Nice. Alright, so Rain will hop down and just say, much like Death House and the Bones of St. Andrew or whatever.
Androl.
Yeah, Androl. The light came down and has blessed us yet again.
Yeah, we'll go check on. Alright, I gotta go, guys. Xander just woke up.
Sounds good.
See ya.
Zoldak nods and says, "Yes, one more notch in our belt of victory." No.
And then, take the kids back to Barovia.
Yeah. Yeah, we have the cart, so we make good time. They point out where their homes are respectively, and their parents are glad to see them. And they explain how their children had actually been kidnapped from them before, and they suspected the ladies with the dream pastries, but couldn't confirm it.
I guess.
Does May think that these people are nice?
Insight check, yeah.
Okay. He gives them his 30 as well.
On the trip over, I guess Rain would have just checked to make sure that there was no like curses on them or anything like that.
Nope, no curses.
Okay. Just make sure that they were like, magical medicine check. Like,
And the people are thrilled with how much money you've given them.
that's what, 45 gold per kid.
Yeah, and in Barovia, 45 gold is a lot. Even more so than it is elsewhere.
Yeah, basically, May saying that this is all we could find. That basically the hags had that they would most likely stole from people, or basically through what they did, and that they should try to, if other families are in need, they should try to spread a little bit of it, because they affected everybody. Like,
they say yes, that's very good. You've been generous to us, so we'll share this around. This is plenty of money that'll help out plenty of people.
When you say this is all the hags had, Rain noticeably clutches her pouch.
Oh, with the some of the potions. Alright. Well, I think we will stop there with the group in Barovia. I'll move us to the overworld map and just move the party there so we remember where we left off.
that was probably like the rest of the day.
Yeah, because that's a bit of a hike.
Yeah.
Especially if we go back to the Vistani camp, or like whatever, you mean just like, or Valaki, but you mean like, yeah, it's probably nighttime now.
Yeah. The families offer, to let us stay there, of course, free of charge, considering what we did. So.
Okay.
So we'll pick it up there. I guess if we want to long rest, whatever,
We can decide that next time.
We'll decide that next time. As far as experience,
I think we should probably level up, assuming we all get like a little bit more than 900.
Don't jump the gun.
let's see what we get.
I jumped it fired in my butt. Help me.
Gizmo has a stone club for you.
Actually, that might be
in case if you need any flushing.
1,080.
What?
1,080.
Okay.
Which, yes, that looks like
that. 34, 160 then total?
Yep.
34, 160 out of 30. Actually, I guess our next level will be like 44,000.
How much XP was that?
48,000 is our next level.
Oh, how much XP did we just get?
1,080.
1,080.
So, what was that, 34, 160?
34, 160 out of 48,000.
Okay, I just had to put it down for Bartleby too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, good call.
34, 500.
We are now level 8. Nice. So, which...
Make sure to
I'm
change your
just gonna
level up at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna level up now, because I think for fighter it's really easy.
I get, what, 1d10, so I get 6 plus con.
Or,
Oh, wait, I have 1d8.
Yeah, well, actually 1d8.
Okay, so 5 plus con, so I get 7. Puts me at 58. Right? Yeah, 5. Plus 2 is 8.
Ooh, 76.
I only have 58 HPs.
What?
Because Bartleby and I have higher constitutions and higher hit dice.
Does that include...
There we go. Holy shit, I rolled math.
Yes!
Did you roll hit points randomly and you got? Oh, max HP. Nice.
Did you add that to current too when you level up or no?
What?
Like
Yeah,
current, so when I get-
maximum and current. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Basically there as well. Which I guess if anybody would have been paying attention when Bartleby was giving his like cured meat speech, why my health was lower was like why I took immediate damage was I did not gain benefit from his inspiring leader speech.
I get destroyed. CR1 for undead.
Pop.
Ability score improve and my divine
29.
feature, which I think is
2017. Holy shit! It's 10:40. Oh my god.
Yeah, we started that last fight a little late, and and we didn't get started right away.
Oh
either.
yeah, I mean I don't care, but I was
Yeah.
like,
Woohoo!
what?
I get my
Charisma.
I
Look
get
at
my
that.
infused weapon.
Look at that charisma. +5.
Yeah.
So, question: could I put my divine strike on top of the effect of the lightning hammer?
What's divine strike do?
Or would that be too OP? You infuse energy into your weapon, and once on each of your turns, when you hit a creature with a weapon, you can cause the attack to do an extra 1d8 thunder or damage to a target. When you and then when you reach 14th, it turns into
No.
2d8.
Yeah, I mean you're doing thunder damage, so your warhammer affects it as normal.
Oh.
It's all thunder or lightning damage you do. If you roll a 1 on the die, it's changed to max.
Yeah, I just linked divine strike, but yeah,
Oh,
yours is like
shit.
thunder or whatever because you're lightning cleric.
And then the 17th level, I have flight speed equal to my current walking speed. For Stormborn.
Yeah.
Me and Jordan
Nice,
looked at
nice,
each other like, what the fuck?
You're just zooming across the sky.
On a magic rocket ship.
So I get one more spell then, and I don't know what spell I take, but I also take like too much. My Eldritch Blast now is a +8 because my Charisma's a 5.
Oh yeah, I guess I would I'd pick another spell. Wild shape improvement. Yay! Finally. I can fly.
Can you actually though?
Yeah, I could turn into things. I can fly now, and I can turn into
Oh.
1 CR. Monsters.
I get like one more spell, and I'm not sure what spell I would want. I think I talked to you about this before. I think I was actually considering taking Mirror Image for like the emergency button, because like my other level 4 options would be Banishment, Dimension Door, and Hallucinatory Terrain. Which Hallucinatory Terrain is thematic, but like I don't know if I'd ever actually use it. Whereas like
Banishment, control water, death ward, divination, freedom, and burying the faith, locate creature in stone shape.
I guess I should look at Hallucinatory Terrain to read exactly what it does again.
I might just take divination, just cause. Yeah. Just cause CJ can't lie to me then.
Hallucinatory Terrain. You create a natural terrain. You make natural terrain that is a 150-foot cube in range, look, sound, and smell like some other sort of natural terrain. Thus, open fields or road can be made to resemble swamp, hill, crevasse, or some other difficult or impassable terrain. A pond can be made to seem like a grassy meadow, precipice like a gentle slope, or a rock-strewn gully like a wide and smooth road. Manufactured structures, equipment, and creatures within the area are not changed in appearance. The tactile characteristics of the terrain are unchanged, so the creatures entering the area are likely to see through the illusion. If the difference isn't obvious by touch, a creature carefully examining the illusion can attempt to make an intelligence investigation to disbelieve it. A creature who discerns the illusion for what it is sees a vague image superimposed on the terrain. Yeah, I don't really like that too much. It's 10 minutes, and it's like it looks like it until they approach it, and then it's not anymore. Why would I?
So for level 8, having May choose the feat tough to get +2 health per level.
That's a good one.
How much health does everybody else have now?
Bartleby and Zoldak are at 76.
I haven't rolled mine.
I mean, I guess I am the caster with the shittiest health, so like that makes sense. But
A lot of it is like, you know, yeah, are you a caster or are you a frontline character? And what's your constitution? Because constitution really sets the tiers, like makes it noticeable.
yeah, I just have +2.
Okay, well, +2 is actually pretty good. But yeah, there will start to be a noticeable gap between people with +3 or more.
Yeah. Yep, all I get is ability score, which puts me at +5 charisma, 3 cantrips, one more spell, no more spell slots, and then just 4th level spells still. Next level I get 5th level spells, but then next level I get 5th level spells and an invocation. That's pretty powerful. 10 I just get my patron feature.
Yeah.
Would banishment work on Strahd?
What's that do? I think that sends them back to their native plane.
Banishment
You
works
attempt
on
to send it-
anybody.
You attempt to send one creature you see within range to another existence. The target must succeed a charisma saving throw or be banished.
Yeah,
The target
it
is
affects
native to the
anybody.
plane of existence you are on. You banish the target to a harmless demi-plane. While they're incapacitated until the spell ends.
Under normal circumstances, you think it would, but considering how it has a tendency to lock people in, you don't think that would work.
True, you'd be pitting shoving him into another plane versus the dark powers holding him to this one.
I think I might just take Guardian of Faith.
Guardian of Faith. What's that one do?
I summon basically like a creature that protects me when people get in range, and he disappears after he does 60 total damage.
Wow.
Yeah, Guardian of Faith is like Shield of Faith, except it's a damage thing that he sets down.
And it lasts 8 hours.
Okay, yeah, that's a good for like cast at the beginning of the day, and then you have it.
Or I take shape, or stone shape.
Stone shape sounds good for a dwarf cleric.
You touch a stone object of medium size or smaller, or a selection of stones no more than 5 feet in diameter, any dimension, and form it into any shape that suits your purpose. So, for example, you could shape a large rock into a weapon, idol, coffer, or make a small passage through a wall.
Huh.
As long as the wall is less than 5 feet thick. You could shape a stone door or its frame to seal the door shut. The object you can create have up to 2 hinges or a latch. Finer mechanical detail is impossible.
Why?
So I could put a big hole in a wall and we could push Strahd in it and then we close it behind him.
Get out!
Or like put his coffin like in a big hole in the ground.
Bury him in concrete.
His Because I already have control water, and I already have Death Ward. And I got control water for free. It's like, I don't know.
I feel like it would be pretty. I mean, there's probably no way we face Strahd before or like after we hit level 9, but like getting the next tier of spells would be like fantastic.
Once I get to 9, Mega gets his hand back.
Oh, right. So you could regenerate it.
I get Greater Restoration.
I kind of feel like I would want Contact Other Plane, though, at 5th level.
I'm gonna take Guardian of Faith and leave it at that.
There's a few for like 6 that I like. Like Arcane Gate, fantastic. Circle of Death, fantastic. Create Undead, hilarious, but probably not something we're gonna go for.
Ooh. What level do you?
Create Undead for me would be 6th level, or 11th level.
No, or does everybody get Heroes Feast level?
I don't.
I gotta consider what feats I want, because I want to pick up one more feat. I think. But...
Wait a minute. Hey Gizmo.
Uh,
So if at 11th level I took Flesh to Stone, you attempt to turn one creature you can see within range to stone. If the body's made of flesh, it must make a con save. On failed, it's restrained as its flesh begins to harden. And it's restrained by the spell, must make another con at the end of each of its turns. If it fails 3, it's turned to stone and is petrified. So if we petrified a creature, could you turn it into something else, and then if it becomes unpetrified,
Jesus.
it's some kind of horrific mess?
Spell combos.
Like, it's like, and we unpetrify him. He's like, kill me. You're like, well, with Mold Stone, I'm gonna put Strahd's arm in his ass. Just completely change up his form. Yeah, because if the creature is physically broken while petrified, it suffers similar deformities if it reverts back to its original state.
Mm-hmm.
I just want Conjure Celestial, but it's 7th.
I'm debating what feat I want to take, because like I said, I think I have enough ability score increases for one more feat.
Century.
What's the health roll?
There's Sentinel, you mean?
Yeah, Sentinel.
1d8.
Yeah, I was thinking Sentinel or Great Weapon Master. Because Sentinel would, when I hit a creature with an opportunity attack, their speed becomes 0, which would basically shut down the first person that enters my reach.
Oh, that didn't
It's
actually
a
roll.
good-
What the hell?
You didn't put the slash.
Yeah, I did.
If a creature within 5 feet makes an attack against someone other than me, I can use my action to
I rolled
free-
an 8.
So
the thing
8
is, like,
plus
my
your
reaction-
Constitution plus 1 for being hill, mountain, dwarf, whatever. So you got 11 health, basically.
Yeah,
Kaboom.
63 right now.
Thing is, Sentinel and Great Weapon Master each have diminishing returns with Full Arm Master.
63.
Because, like, I already have my reaction for when creatures enter my space, and there are times where it's like, man, I wish I had 2 reactions per round. Because there are
Right.
times where it's come up.
Exit.
And then, like, Great Weapon Master lets me make a bonus attack if I kill a creature or get a critical hit. Which, I get critical hits enough, but I'm already doing a bonus attack with the blunt end of my weapon, so it's either a D4 or a D10 for damage. It's kind of like, eh.
Right. I'm looking at
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was thinking that I looked at other stuff that I get later on, and it's like, because I get one from each tier, and it's like on one hand, I'm like, like Finger of Death just seems fantastic. It's like, the way Rain is shaping up, if she gets that far, plane shift 100%.
Plane shift, that lets you actually go to different planes, or
Yeah, if you have it's like for
and a bunch of creatures with you.
Yeah, it's up to 8 other people, and then it's
You can do up to 8 other people.
yeah, and the components are a bunch of stuff, and then the only one that would probably matter is something worth at least 250 gold points attuned to a particular plane of existence, which, at least for Rain, would just be like, and whatever plane my patron's from for these earrings. Bloop.
Yeah, I mean, plane shift is one of those spells where if you have the ability to learn that at all, you pick it up. It's just something that, in my opinion, every caster should have, just because of the the implications of what it opens to you. It's the ultimate hey, we want to go to the to the Abyss, to the Celestia, or whatever that mechanical one is, Valhalla or whatever. Just the fact that you can go to any plane of existence is it's cool. It's one of those things where it's even if you don't use it, from a role play standpoint, it's something that all my spellcasters, high level spellcasters, would have.
Almost seems like something that would whatever, it would help the DM in a way too, where it's okay, so your next campaign, somebody took an artifact and jumped here, or we follow them. Bloop. It's just the vehicle to follow wherever you might want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty cool overall, though. Yeah, that's probably one that I would take. When your other options are Etherealness, Finger of Death, and Force Cage, it'd probably be honestly between Force Cage and Plane Shift.
I'm not sure what Force Cage does, but
pretty self-explanatory.
You just is it you lock somebody in a cage? Okay.
I'm looking it up for the thing, but it's basically it's a cage that I don't think they can plane shift out of or anything. An immobile, invisible cube shaped prison composed of magical force springs to existence around the area you choose. It can be a cage or a solid box you choose. A prison in the shape of a cage can be up to 20 feet on a side and made of 1/2 inch diameter bars spaced 1/2 inches apart. A prison box can be up to 10 feet on the side, creating a solid barrier, blocking any spells cast into or out of the area. When you cast the spell, any creature that is completely inside the cage's area is trapped. A creature only partially within the area or too large to fit are pushed away from the center until they are completely outside. A creature inside the cage can't leave by non-magical means. If a creature tries a teleportation or planar travel, it must make a charisma save. On a success, it can use magic to escape. On a failure, it can't, and waste the use of the spell or effect. The cage also extends into the ethereal plane, blocking ethereal travel, and it cannot be dispelled by dispel magic. So the only chance they have is to blink out, and that's a chance.
Yep.
Which I kind of like that, but yeah, plane shift would probably be the go-to.
Yeah, plane shift is just like I said, there's too many creative uses for it.
And then whatever, there's dominate monster, demiplane, feeble mind, power word stun at 8th level, and then
demiplane. What's demiplane do? Does that let you create your own plane?
Yeah, but it's 30 feet by 30 feet or something like that.
Oh, it got hit with the nerf stick.
Yeah, it's just, I can look it up exactly, but that's
it's
the
more
one
it's more like demi house or demi room.
Yeah, basically.
See, there's this cool there was this cool spell in Pathfinder that was create. Well, there were the different versions of it. There was create lesser demiplane, create demiplane, and create greater demiplane, where
Jesus.
you could actually it was you actually created a plane of existence. And you could cast it over and over again to increase the size of the demiplane. So,
Jesus
like,
Christ.
at first it was like 100, like, it was like, I forget how large you could make it, but it was like, one casting of it was like, the size of a castle, basically. And then you could cast it over and over and just keep expanding it. It cost a ton of money to do it, but
Right. Yeah, see, this spell is and it's kind of funny because I'm pretty sure there's no components to this either. So you create a shadowy door on a flat solid surface that you can see within range. The door is large enough to allow medium creatures to pass through unhindered. When opened, it leads to a demiplane that appears to be an empty 30 feet in each dimension and is made of wood or stone. When the spell ends, the door disappears and any creature or objects inside are trapped there, as the door also disappears on the other side. Each time you cast a spell, you create a new demiplane, or have a shadowy door connect to a demiplane you created in a previous casting of this spell. Additionally, if you know the nature and contents of the demiplane cast by the spell by another creature, you can have a shadowy door connect to that demiplane instead.
yeah, it's basically you can create a bunch of rooms, sort of like in Zelda 1, like a bunch of just like square rooms connected together.
Yeah.
So it's more like you can create effectively a labyrinth that way, like that. So
Yeah, just like room with two doors, room with two doors, room with two doors. Like,
yeah,
yay! I mean, honestly, demiplane would be one of those places where, like, if we were somewhere at a high level and we're like, we should rest, but this place is dangerous. Like, guys, we're gonna go to my house and rest. We just go in and it's like the comfiest, coziest piece of shit, 30 foot by 30 foot you could imagine. It would have to be like two of those. I would need two castings, like a living room and then a dining room and then a kitchen. Just like 3, 4, and a storehouse. Like, and where I store my treasure and my food in. We're like, here's a feast. Let's go. Because there's no number of the amount of people you can keep in there. I mean, that would also be great. Like, you have to rescue a hostage. Like, go into my dimension. We'll get you when we're ready.
There's a lot of good uses for it. That's for sure.
Yeah, some of them are pretty funny. And then last level, astral projection, foresight, imprisonment, power word, kill, and true polymorph.
What's the name of that spell? Is it create demiplane or just
Just demiplane?
Okay, that's why I couldn't find it. I didn't think they had a spell like that in 5th edition. Oh, there it is.
Like, I don't know what any of the high level ones do. Like, what is foresight?
Yeah, I liked the Pathfinder version better, but it was just way OP. Like, just the fact that you
Right.
can create. Well, then again, but this only does it only last for an hour?
The door only lasts for that.
Oh, okay.
The dimension is there
I was
forever.
gonna say that'd be a little dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, like I said, the one in Pathfinder costed it costed like several thousand gold per casting of it. Not to mention it wasn't permanent. If you wanted it to be permanent, you had to cast another spell, which also costed several thousand.
Okay.
So it was like, okay, I can have my own little small personal piece of land floating in a demiplane, or I could be, if I'm the fighter, I could dump all that gold into a powerful magic item. And
True.
so there were
Ooh.
just one of those things that wizards could dump their money into.
Right. Foresight is like the ultimate buff. Jesus. Like, they can bestow a limited ability to see into the immediate future. It's 8 hours long, and for the duration, the target can't be surprised, has advantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. Additionally, other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target for the duration.
For 8, like, you just cast it once and you're good, doesn't it run?
It is a 9th level spell, and with the warlocks, you only get one of those per long rest.
And come to think of it, wizards only get one 9th level spell per long rest. So, yeah, that's
Right.
basically your. I know we're going into a dangerous area. I don't want to. Button.
Right? Or just whoever your big person is in the front, like, go get him.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, this imprisonment is one that's pretty fucking great. as for a 9th level spell too. I remember reading about this one, and it's not the best, but I kind of like it. Create a magical restraint to hold a creature that you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom save or be bound by the spell. If it saves, it's immune to the spell if you try to cast it again. While it is affected, the creature doesn't need to breathe, eat, drink, and it doesn't age. Divination cannot locate it. And you could pick what form of imprisonment you would like. So it's like stasis